If people don't understand, weakness does not mean the way you play. It's everything. The way you think, the way you do. That is your weakness. If you don't fix it, like you could outplay somebody and still lose.
Yeah, but that would mean you're weaker than them. I would never classify that.
I would call it internal issues, though, instead.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I wouldn't say it's a weakness.
It is, though. It
is, but I wouldn't say team-wise. I'd say internal issues.
But if you got to realize, sometimes you should beat somebody, but if you don't beat them, you got to look at every aspect and you got to fix it.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm trying to say. When weakness does not, like in Pokemon is much straightforward. If there's certain weaknesses you just can't fix. There's just certain champs are just gonna be broken against certain champs. That's a weakness you can't fix. That's just
RNG. That's just game development.
That's what I'm saying. Those are weaknesses you don't fix.
Yeah, What I'm saying is, with League, there have been many great coaches that get screwed over, not because of how they draft, because if the players themselves are not good enough to play out a draft,
that's the coach's weakness.
It's not. Because the draft is fine. The draft is perfectly fine.
But you know your players. You know how your players play.
But you can't draft suboptimal shit if they can't play.
You can't draft. You
can't draft suboptimal champions in League.
But you have to draft optimally enough to where you know how to play around your players.
That way, man. League does not work that way. You can't. If you draft,
but then that's the coaching issue, and then
it can't be.
You have to learn how to adjust to everything. There's always going to be some part. Yeah, you can't. It's the whole thing with the player.
It works a little differently in League.
But it's there's always going to be something you could fix. There's
Well, you can't fix a Moki deck, that's for sure.
Okay, we're not fixing none of those. Everyone, this is the Cloud9 podcast, season 8, episode 7. So we are going to be back this week with an LEC episode on Wednesday. I think Sean said, right? Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. Sean was very sick last week and he almost died, so that's why there wasn't an episode.
Yeah, my jaw got messed up because I was sucking dick and my mouth was too wide open.
He was in the hood talking to Tyrone and Jody, and they were like, get on your knees and suck this meat.
Damn, this nigga. Why motherfucker gotta say that name? That name?
Oh, God. All right, so I already told the boys what we're going to be talking about, because tonight we got to do the Yu-Gi-Oh! Podcast in a little bit. So I want to make sure we get enough content out for you guys right now on this show. We haven't got a chance to be on the show a lot, on the channel a lot. So we're going to go over the Telecom War. We're going to go over a little bit of the LEC. I did catch up on the LEC. I did. I just haven't watched today's games for week 2, day 2 of the split so far. But I've watched everything.
Yeah, same here.
And we're going to talk about the LCS, actually. LPL, I have not watched the new recent games yet. So
I'm not really digging that.
I've been busy.
Just fisted Assume in their game 3.
Spoilers. I have not seen what the fuck happened.
My God.
Chad told me that the BLG series against JDG, I was like, oh my God. Jeez.
You think BLG is going to make a competition? Not even close. That was, yeah.
Yeah, we were just talking about weaknesses. I wouldn't even call BLG a weak team. They're just
No. See, I don't know why when you hear weakness, I'm saying weak team. Those are two separate things. Weaknesses does not make you a weak team. It means, it's the whole thing with eternally, but you have a weakness within you that makes you not as strong as the other team. It does not make you weak. Weaker and weaker, two separate things.
I just think in League,
BLG is weaker than JDG, but does not make a weak team as FPS, RA. Those are weak teams.
What do you mean? RA's going to win Worlds. What are you talking about, dude?
Weak and weaker are two separate things. That's what I'm trying to say. There are decks that are weaker, but they also have a weakness in them that makes them not as strong.
The thing I'm saying is to exploit someone thoroughly, even if you know a team's weakness, unless you have good enough people to do that, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, like I said, some weaknesses are something you can't fix unless with time. It's like you know what? You know what's the number one weakness most players have? They lack experience. That's not a weakness you could fix except with time. A player just has more experience than you, you're always going to be weaker than them. That is your weakness towards them. Does not make you a weak player. It's the whole thing with the deck. If you get a Pokemon League, it's like, of course, there are going to be people who play stronger than Faker, but Faker has more experience, has more time. That's me. Like Chovy is a stronger player than Faker, but Faker could always adjust easier than Chovy because it's the whole thing with what's Chovy's main weakness. He hasn't won as much. He does choke when it comes to the biggest pressure.
Are you talking about in game? Because those would be more like narrative things. I would say in game, because
you guys have said
that's a narrative. But
you guys have said when it came to the biggest pressure, a lot of times Chovy tend to just
he choked.
And I think the biggest thing
that's not a narrative.
No, I agree. I firmly stand on what I said years ago. That guy was a flat out, just like Knight.
And
flat out choke.
Two things can be true. Things, something could be a narrative, and something could be a weakness. Because a narrative to us be like, oh, Chovy the faker.
Well, to be fair, that could play a narrative is choking, and you could also be
but both of them could be true. It's like because
I mean, the biggest issue
choker
with Chovy back then is he didn't play outside of his lane enough.
He literally, I shit you not, would just stay in lane and do nothing. No, dude, last year you saw him.
And that was the weakness, but that doesn't make him weak.
Remember last year at World, he was just sitting in lane. I was like, what's this guy doing? Like, you see, that what I would consider a weak. That's why I pointed it out.
That's what Cloud9 did yesterday or whatnot.
On Friday.
Menace sat in lane against Chovy, and he was I can beat this guy. And
that doesn't make a Menace weak. That exploits that NRG exploited a weakness. That doesn't make him weak for not having a laning game, a laning phase. He it's the whole thing I was trying to tell.
To be fair, he could still be he would still be considered to be he's weaker than other
weaker, but that
would just be a truthful statement,
Yeah, and that's the thing I was trying to say earlier. Weaker and weakness. That's
also Menace's weakness. If you were to say weakness, his weaknesses are. I don't think he actually excels at a lot of champions very good.
Exactly. That's something he has.
Remember was playing Gragas earlier last week. Oh, that looked like horse shit. I was
just don't put him on that champ again.
Or Victor. Never put that guy on Victor because that guy sucks as Victor.
I don't know how he could be good at Gragas. I just learned how to play Gragas last night. I was blown motherfucker. I ain't know the all.
I don't know.
Motherfuckers like that.
Honestly, for some reason, like every region in the game knows how to play Gragas well in all 5 roles besides NA. They can only do it in jungle.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you this. I was playing League earlier before the kid called me to help him practice with some of his Pokemon technique. Yo, I got damn near pentakill. Like only 2 people survived because they had what's the fuck is it? One hit Guardian Angel, the other one had Azonians, right? But I got a triple kill because people were hiding in the bush. I go all into the bush, kill 3 of them. I was like, oh shit, these motherfuckers low health, but the issue is they couldn't really not spawn, what the fuck is saying? Recall back because then we would just kill them. I was playing Gragas on jungle. Dude, when I said, I didn't know this motherfucker gets down like that. This fat motherfucker just throws a barrel of beer and just blows shit up. Nigga. I was playing, oh my god, I caught this Yumi out. Oh my, fucking body slam to Yumi. I ain't never
animal abuse.
I ain't never felt so much joy body slamming Yumi with
god.
But yeah.
Yeah, so
that's my biggest thing. Yeah, that's my biggest thing.
Some of the teams, I mean, looking at the LCK, we'll talk about a little LCK.
The LCK is like LCK is mainly a 3-team race with Damwon being fourth. Like Damwon is right now is going to be fourth in my opinion.
Yeah,
the thing with Damwon to me is they could be so much better. This is not a bad.
They could be so much better, but if Death is having an off day, the team just does not work. Showmaker is so head or tails, it's not even funny.
Yeah.
I remember.
From what I'm seeing.
The thing what happens with Showmaker is I feel like last year, I felt like he really, really tried to make the team work with Canyon, and it just couldn't work with Duck Dom and Keelan because fucking Duck Dom is just such a fat ass. Yeah. You just can't, you can't do anything. Yeah. I'm pretty sure he just lost faith in his ability to carry because you look at some of his games against the bottom 2 teams. He'll smack around anyone that's not like a top tier mid laner. He's actually not a bad player at all. Even when he's
it's was Liv Sandbox last split that was also in the race. Who was the 6th team again with Damwon, Sandbox, KT?
It was DRX. It was DRX, Live Sandbox.
No, it wasn't DRX.
You mean last split?
Yeah, sorry, last split. My bad.
Oh my lord, I hate Canadians, or what the fuck you go by now, you bastard.
Yeah, sorry. Who was like the 6th playoff team? Oh yeah, right. It was
Hanwha Life.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah. So I mean,
we have 5 teams.
So who do you think is going to be the 4th team then, out of like Damwon, Hanwha Life, and Sandbox?
Oh, okay. So from looking at what we were talking about yesterday on the live stream that we did for the channel, I think the LCK right now is just a race of T1, Genji, KT. I think those are like your 3. You can mix and match whatever in terms of strength.
Quantum Freaks has a chance. They do.
Okay, now you have DK, and then after that you have Hanwha Life. I don't think Hanwha Life is good. Hanwha Life is very bad, except Viper. I think Viper.
I think they're starting to improve right now, but yeah,
they can only beat up teams that are weaker than them. If you put them against any top tier team, they get slaughtered, man. And I want them to be better. I really do, but they have to get rid of Clit. Clit is a dirty, fat intern.
Clit and Life is starting to improve, but still get rid of him. And then Kingen is a 50-50. There are better top laners, but you can keep him. But, you have to change out the jungler.
If you swap out jungle, I think they might actually improve. Because Clit is such
that's what I was so mad about. Like, that was a great team construction, and then they ruined it with fucking Clit.
Yeah, I don't know how to. All the junglers you could pick in the world, you go, man, I want some of Clit.
Talk about jungle.
They could have had Young Jay. Like, holy fuck.
Talking about jungle, I was watching a Kago video earlier. Of course, Kago. He said if T1 does not win Worlds or get hot far enough in Worlds, they might shake up the team. Who do you think on T1 would be the first player to go?
It should be definitely Gumayushi and Owner.
Okay, I remember I was in the chat. A lot of people said 50-50. Owner. No. They won't get fit with a figure T1.
No, it's a 50-50 depending on what they want to do. Like if Faker wants to keep playing, but those two they're definitely going to change up. But Keria and Zeus they're definitely keeping, especially Keria. He's like the best player in the whole league.
I would say if they had to get rid of one, I think it's going to be Owner.
Hold on. Let me ask you what you said. So you said when it comes after Worlds,
who do you
think they'll get rid of?
Well, one player, because I don't think T1's going to do 2.
The thing here is you got to factor in the other contracts ran out. Carrier's contract is up at the end of this year. Now, unless they re-sign him before that, obviously different story. But I think Carrier will be the first one he would definitely go and shop with their offers. I mean, he would be the most valuable prospect.
Right, I forgot about that. Yeah, T1
his contract's over after this year.
T1 likes letting go players like that when their contracts are up. They did it with Clid and many others.
Yeah,
I mean, Clid though was kind of like a
Clid was one of those players where he's one of those guys where he peaks very hard, but it's not consistent enough to keep him long term.
They was happy with him, but they kicked him out the back door. Gotcha.
Yeah, he played really well with them. Actually, I'm not gonna he played really well.
I was back and saw some of the game. I was like, all right, cool.
Good. Remember, if you look how good he was in that year compared to what he is right now, you'd be like, damn, this guy fucking sucks right now.
Yeah.
Actually, he's garbage. Watching this guy makes me have eye aids. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, they definitely need to get rid of Owner though. Like I said this since like out of the 3 options, it was I forgot who the other one's name was. He then went to like a Freak of Freaks afterwards, but it was him, Cuz, and then Owner. I don't understand why they didn't put Owner in earlier. He was easily the best out of the 3. It was clear. But anyway, I said this since like he came in and did great. Like, yeah, he's great, and he still is, and he has carry moments, especially on like I forgot that champ's name, like Tavern or whatever. Like, but. Again, I said this many times. He isn't great enough to win you international titles. So they needed this whole time to pay up big time and try to like give fucking like an LPL Korean jungler imports millions. That was their only chance.
Oh, on the LCK broadcast, you know how
we get Blabber? No. Okay. I'm joking. It was joking.
They needed to like pay up and get like somebody in LPL. Like seriously, maybe not Tarzan, but somebody like that. Pay up, open the base.
King of the Jungle.
I hate you so much. I'm gonna come and burn all your Pokemon cards. No, I'm just kidding.
I bet you could burn all the shit ones. I got way too many. I got way too many bulk. You buy a product and this shit just sits there because you can't.
So for Keria, I think for sure is gone unless one of 2 things happens. he gets a fat paycheck in the offseason to make him want to renew his contract, or
and they get rid
they
of
win
all
Worlds.
Yeah.
You either win Worlds, you get a fat contract big enough than other teams can offer. Now, we know in the LCK, because it's been reported by a lot of people, that they're trying to introduce a salary cap. The LCK is the highest paying region right now, which is one of the highest paying regions right now. So if he knows he's the best support, he could go basically to any team and be like, hey, this is what I'm worth. If not, I'll go to the LPL.
I think
they need to expand.
I think the highest paid region is China, but half those motherfuckers might be owned by the Triad. We can't really just.
You might also have other teams being owned by the same person too. So
that too, because now you got TSM coming in there with FTX money.
FTX money.
Oh,
FTX money. Air quotes. Yeah.
So
that's 10 million ghost dollars.
It was like that suitcase in Dumb and Dumber with the IOUs. It's like that. That was FTX.
So Carrier, he could literally go to any team in the LCK, but listen to me, he's not going to go to any team that's not below any of the top 5 teams that are going to be probably.
Who would you think he'd be best fit if he left T1?
He fit anywhere, honestly. Honestly, he fit anywhere.
Yeah, anywhere.
A player like that would be an up, unless his. Obviously, to be fair, it has to match his play style.
Where do you think would be the best team? I'm talking about right now. If you had to take one support off any LCK team and put Carrier on there, what team?
Well, you would only do it for the top teams, right? So if you're talking just the top teams outside of T1, you have Genji, KT, DK, and you have Hanwha.
Well, it depends. I don't think he would want to go to Hanwha. Would definitely be an improvement, and that's one of the roles they need fixing. But something tells me he doesn't really want to go there. And DK, it would be.
He played with Depp before. They actually did very well together.
Yes, I just don't think though. Like the roster they built, I don't think it would be a fit though overall. And with like the state Canyon and Showmaker,
I think if you swap out Delight for Carrier, Genji would greatly benefit.
Yeah, but I think they would actually.
That's fine.
I think they would actually keep Delight though still, and then that's the thing. I think other top teams like KT and Genji would then keep their support. So honestly, I genuinely think because Quantum Freaks, their top lane, their jungle, and their mid laner all look great and have a lot of potential. Their main issue is just the bot lane. So if he wanted to go for the money and they offered him enough, then he can go there. They get a new ADC as well, and I think that team could be easily at least top 4.
People like him will never choose a team like that unless they know they're going to have a good shot at going to MSI, winning a title domestic
or his money.
Well, I'm just talking about like money wise, but
no, I'm saying they don't care about that. They themselves need to be on a team that they would think
competitive. That's competitive. Yeah.
Nope. I'm telling you right now, dude, after this year ends, he's going to look at all these bottom 2 teams and go, I'm not going to none of them teams. Unless, for one thing happens, those teams massively give up their rosters.
The only way Carrier goes for more money is probably to the LCS.
I'm honestly, he doesn't care about money. I'm saying, like, for a person like him who's trying to win Worlds, none of them bottom teams matter to him.
Oh, yeah, well, then, of course,
there wouldn't be options in
Genji.
general.
I always think, of course, Genji, but,
I would say maybe because KT has Lehans. Lehans is really good.
I think the only
thing I wouldn't give up Lehans. Yeah.
I think Danwon and Genji are the only 2 teams really.
Really,
I don't think it'd be a good fit.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. That's why it's like T1's going to have to pay him. And it's like, all right, cool.
Carrier has played with Chovy before.
Yeah, no, that part would be might be a good fit, but also I don't know how.
I think Carrier would pair up very well with Peanut. I think
I don't know how much longer Def wants to play for, but yeah, no.
Also, that factor with Genji. How long is Peanut still playing? Yeah, no.
I
think been at this for a long time.
I think Def got one more year.
This might be Peanut's last year.
I think Def got one more year. I think after winning Worlds, he finally achieved the one thing.
Yeah, I think he'll do at least 2 years. Like he wouldn't just play the one after. He'll definitely play at least 2, but I just don't think the rest of the damn one is a good fit for him. And then with Genji, I think they'll get rid of Peanut. I think might still play, but I think Genji will get rid of him. Doran they might keep still.
Peanut looks like he's about to retire too.
Peanut's been playing for a long time, man.
Peanut Peanut already he won Worlds.
No, he's won MSI.
No,
MSI.
They went to finals.
He's won spring, MSI, and summer. So he won 2 LCK spring and summer, and he's won MSI. He's already won enough.
Worlds, he went to finals with T1 with that year with Huni.
Yeah,
and they got 3-0'd by Samsung.
Yeah. So
God, that was incredible that they even made finals. They should have been got out by fucking Misfits and RNG. They did not deserve to win either of those series, and they even looked bad in groups. Holy hell, against NRG and all them.
I think if you swap out Delight for Carry, I think that'd be fine, honestly. And I'm not saying Delight's bad. He'd probably go to any other top tier team now, right? And now that he proved himself. But the thing here is a lot of teams, because I failed to think about this years ago. It's like, wait, if that guy's already doing good for this team, why would they switch him out? I had to learn this because Carlos had this many years ago. It doesn't matter if the person's doing good right now. If you can take a chance to upgrade, you do it, you know?
Yeah.
If people know he's the best support,
I think
why
that's
would you not
what
take
Cloud9
him?
needs to learn.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. All right, let's go to the Telecom Wars. Let's go. All right, but yeah, I do agree with the LCK. The LCK, I love watching it, but holy shit, he's bad. I watched Nongchin versus DRX because I just hate myself that much.
Those are the two worst teams easily.
That was so bad. That was.
I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Like I wait for game 3, or like I wait to Olivia posted the video because they don't do a full all games recap. Yep. They just do one game at a time.
Do them for the LPL.
They only do it for the LPL in LEC.
I think I know why. It's because they get a lot of viewerships on Korean games no matter what because of the fan base. So it's better for views if they don't then combine them and they do it separately because they'll watch each one no matter what. Even if it's 3 games, they'll still watch. The second with LPL and other regions, though, with NA viewership, I think that they wouldn't do that. So it's better to combine them and then get all the views there on that channel. Yeah. That's why they do it.
Oh, I want to finish up what you were saying earlier, the question you asked. With Carrier, I think he would go first. Fuck. Owner is probably going to be gone too. I'm pretty sure his contract's over. I remember I'm putting it all on contracts, right? I'm pretty sure Owner's contract's up. They're always going to keep Faker. He's unless his hands literally fall off. Yeah, his hands literally fall off.
If anyone was smart, they would open the bank because Carrier's keeping their team alive.
Oh my gosh. Rabbit Chess?
Knowing Faker, they'll probably knowing Korean, they'll probably just make some robot hands and attach them to Faker and make them better. Just attach it to his brain.
Oh yeah.
I'm talking RoboCop shit.
Like I mentioned before with Chovy, I do think Zeus has a choking problem, but I wouldn't give up on him. I think he's really talented.
Yeah, I think just like how Chovy was. That was his.
I think when he wins once, he wins internationally, he'll really be a lot better. I'm not gonna give up on him.
And also, there's not
I
really.
I think that's his main weakness is pressure.
Julio is all just pressure. Remember, he beats up literally everyone that's worse than him. He's not a bad player at all.
That's his main thing. And when it comes to pressure, he doesn't know how to handle it. Sometimes you just have to, and like I said, that's the whole weakness of sometimes you get in your own head. Sometimes you just gotta get out of your own head. Sometimes people psych themselves out to the point where they just start playing bad. I saw this.
I think Gumayushi's the opposite actually. He honestly kind of plays sloppy and chokes a lot against weaker teams, but then when it's the toughest of the toughest, that's when he plays the best.
That's the whole thing with NRG real quick. NRG is the team where they overthink, they play shit against shit teams, but then they know how to play. I was like, what the that is literally counter logic. You are literally playing, you play down to bad teams, you play up. No, you're supposed to play at your level and you're supposed to know how to balance it. You don't play down to a team like INT. When you play a team like INT, you come the whole thing with Team 1. You come in there, you put your whole foot in the ass, and you be out in 40 minutes. Team 1. There was one series where they 2-0 somebody, and it was less than an hour. The motherfucker was back home in 90 minutes. What the?
They were back home in 90 minutes, and then I think Faker started streaming.
Wait.
The issue with NRG though, they don't stop and think. It's they'll do one thing in a team fight and then it doesn't work out, but then they'll redo it 2 minutes later, try to get the lead back.
Exactly. I'm like, what the? And real quick, that was the same thing I was telling this kid about when you play Pokemon, you play Yu-Gi-Oh. If you try to OTK and someone just negates you, you can't see that's going to work again. It might work, but it's definitely a card game because card game is RNG. Yeah. But it's you can't think that same way twice. Because if your opponent already knows how you play, you go try it again. It's like energy is they are just so confusing. I don't understand how they get the wins they do, and then they lose to teams. You're like, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? Like,
so no, Gumayusi, I think they would get rid of him too. I think they're going to be changing out the whole team except for Zeus and Faker. If I'm being honest here.
Yeah, and they should.
I don't even think Zeus. I'm not gonna lie. I don't even think Zeus is safe. I
think it depends on his performance at Worlds.
I think it's your performance plus his
contract. Remember, the Korean teams value their performances by international events. Literally, your whole career is determined on these things. If Zeus is a good performance internationally,
if Zeus is signed to, matter of fact, we gotta find. Do they have the T1 contracts? Because we gotta bring that up. They should
have them all up. They should have them up. Honestly,
if Chaos is.
They should have him on Leaguepedia.
If Zeus is signed for next year, he's safe. If he's not, I think he might be the second one gone.
Those things are never safe either, man. They could just terminate you, honestly.
Who would really be like an upgrade though over Zeus? Even if
unless they can literally buy Keen, it wouldn't be worth it.
Yeah, like that's the thing, Keen. But even then, do you think they want to keep trying to mold Zeus into that, or like, come on?
The thing here is orgs like this don't think like that. They're not trying to mold you. You need to win for them right now. That's all they care about. Yeah. I mean, I agree. You should still keep with it, but if you don't win with the person for so long, and you still keep telling someone to keep with it, it's like that's lunacy.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Right. Yeah.
It's a sanity because
Okay, let me see right now.
Because it's like.
Yeah, but King's literally like the only one outside of that.
Zeus? Oh my goodness, why does Yu-Gi-Oh ads keep popping up for me? Because I watch a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, honestly.
Yeah. If they lose contract, they're fucked.
Zeus's contract ends after Worlds this year.
Oh, okay, now he's
Owner is signed till 2024. Faker is 2025. Gumayusi, Carrier, like we mentioned, Gumayusi, Carrier, and Zeus all this year after Worlds. Owner signed till next year.
I think owner. That's the thing too.
Yeah, I think
we have to see how they do at Worlds.
They're changing the whole roster. If they don't win Worlds, their whole roster is probably going to get shuffled. If you're not being honest here, except obviously Faker. He's going to stay. Faker, honestly.
I think when 2025 comes, if they don't win Worlds by then, they're going to try to force Faker. I was like, hey, Faker, let's make you a coach.
A piece of information this year. Owner updated his contract, so they re-signed Owner until 2024.
Okay, that don't mean shit. That's me.
Obviously, yes, they could just terminate him, but he willingly actually signed to be through 2024.
That after I've seen how NBA teams guaranteed contracts. He might be the first one gone. They might be.
I would say Owner. I think would do better in LPL with his play style. He can be like a Jean or whatever on BLG.
He would actually.
He could be TSS. Yeah. He could be TSS new jungler. I mean,
get paid nothing. You just
get paid what? Every day.
But also, we do know
crypto coins that don't exist.
Yeah, I mean, we do know Reginald got $210 million of ghost money.
Yeah.
All right. It's like the pyramid scheme.
Oh Lord!
I can't believe he actually fell for that. Because I remember because Cole told me he saw it through the League of Legends. I saw it from an actual business, and I was like, "Why the fuck would you invest?"
Well, again, that much? A friend who worked there literally told me, and not only that, but what TSM was doing with basically in their invisible currency, what they were using it for, was illegal too. But they're never going to be caught because of what they did. That was smart, so they're never going to be caught.
That was the same thing because I know someone that works for the SEC, and he was like, he was telling me, whoever this Reginald guy, he don't seem that smart because you don't invest that much into it. It's like, because I was talking, I was like, but why would you invest that much in there into an org where his profit saying he only makes $20 million a year?
Well, that's the number he tells you he makes. Remember, esport profits are never actually made public in any case for the matter.
They're not actually made public until
they're not made public because you have to actually to make your company public, you have to go through the what was the thing? Fuck. It's the thing you have to specifically do to make your company public to have your numbers public.
It's
I forgot the name.
It's the whole index. It's an index thing with Wall Street. I know what you're talking about. I'm blanking on it too.
But this is the reason why they don't do it though. They know because I would pull the curtains back and wait. This is not really a profitable industry. That would I mean, the house
that whole thing
at that point.
That whole thing with FTX is kind of pull a little bit of back because the thing is when you do an investment like that, you tend your books like there might be somebody who's in that accounting department who might take a picture of a book of the final profits and expense and leak it. A lot of people do that. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, wait a second.
Yeah.
Because when they said TSM was one of the most profitable orgs, but then they only
remember you had that Forbes the Forbes top 10.
No, that thing is very misleading in like actually competitive esports. Hell no. What?
Don't even trust Forbes.
They were factoring in literally just like Fortnite and streaming shit and merchandise. Then of course, yes, and then many other orgs are profitable too in that sense. In actual esports, no.
And the thing I want to bring up is that actually might have hurt fans supporting the orgs financially because regular people don't understand this. I mean, I'm pretty sure you're gonna know this, aren't you, man? What people just because I'm valued at $10 million doesn't mean I own $10 million.
Yeah.
You see my point? So these orgs were valued at like hundreds, $200 million. If an average fan goes, Cloud9's worth $300 million, why would I go and support them? I'm talking like just my brain dead casual standpoint. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because
why reach in your wallet? Because you're thinking to yourself, they're valued $300 million. Oh, they're good. They're eating good over there. No, people. That value that's one thing, and actually having
that's how much they value for
different.
all their advertisers. Yeah, that's this whole thing with
dude, it was crazy. After that, on this was Dominate's podcast. He had with Thorin called Crackdown. They had Jack on. Jack said Cloud9 was profitable is what he said, minus the Overwatch investment. Oh, Jack. Oh no! Why'd you say that?
Exactly. And I can't believe they haven't exited yet, but they really can't. Whatever. I think
who's gonna buy their spot, dude? Who's gonna buy them?
But at this point, though, the Blizzard and everybody, they're doing stuff to make it so they recoup like most of their money and everything and do some other things because it's such a disaster and it's their fault. But yeah, that investment, you won the first championship and then you should have just exited right after.
They should have sold instantly. All right, let's go to the telecom wars and let's get the show on the road. All right, so
I will say, like, lastly, though, the fact that Reginald actually made it to this point, it's like it is literally like the Vince McMahon of esports. He just stumbled his way there.
Go fuck yourself, you fat.
He's not wrong. Like,
anyway, you can continue.
oh no! I was just surprised that man went on camera and said that I can't believe people are so fucking stupid. He literally went on camera and basically said, "I have been working with Riot to have TSM and move to a competitive tier 1 region." So not only in that video did he just say LCS is dog shit. Yeah. Not only said they're basically up for sale. He literally basically said we're up for sale. Come buy me right now. I want to leave.
He's like, fuck all you fans, but also thank you. Hopefully you follow us to China. It's like, no, fuck you.
Wait, so why would you go to LPS?
Go back and watch that video. That man literally basically said they're for sale and this region is shit.
No, he did. He pretty much trying to say without us, LCS ain't shit because he's talking about how all the time TSM went to Worlds. I'm like, yes, that's true. Between you and Cloud9,
you did nothing.
I mean,
you know what's crazy, man? He tried to take credit for Cloud9 and TL and CLG's achievements internationally. Yep. Disgustingly, because he put out a spreadsheet of NA's international achievements. It's all just Cloud9's.
Yeah,
like this guy's a retard. I was like, that's going to Worlds itself is like cool. That's great, but if you never actually get out of groups, that doesn't mean shit.
No. Winning ain't shit. It's like it's good that Cloud9 got top 4, but people outside of the casuals,
they got out of groups multiple times though, multiple different rosters, multiple different really hard.
Cloud9 gonna be remembered more, but it's like but nobody's gonna respect it. LCS, that's the sad part.
No respect LCS at all, Matt.
But TSM might be the team that gets shit on the work because of it. Yeah. Because all the allegations. Allegations.
Let's go.
All right. In that 06 2020,
Reginald's the type of guy, Chaz. Reginald's the type of guy where after Doublelift won his 4 titles straight in LCS on Team Liquid, and he went to their team right after and won his 5th. He was probably like, yeah, we just won 5 LCS titles. Like, taking that equals I'm having it because Doublelift then went to their team.
Dude,
That's Reginald's mindset.
Dude, this is what I didn't even factor in back then. Doublelift is such a fucking disingenuous piece of shit.
Oh, yeah, he always flip-flops.
He literally would have played for TSM had Reginald had told him that Sword Art was confirmed going to be on the roster, and Sword Art was going to come. I don't know why he thought he wouldn't. I mean, it was around a time period where getting people out of China was probably pretty hard, but they had connections in China apparently, so getting him out was probably not going to be as hard as they thought. Doublelift was going to play for them. And then after that, he's sitting there going like, man, TSM's abusive and all this shit. Wait a minute, so you were going to play for an abusive... What the fuck? I can't even think about this back then. What kind of disingenuous piece of shit is this guy?
Yeah, no, it's like...
Wait a minute, that's ridiculous.
No, this is what Doublelift does. Yeah, he plays both sides. He'll say he'll talk about a topic and be on one side, but then it's like a month later, he'll talk about the topic again, but being on the other side. So then he's, no matter what, not wrong in his mind. That's what he does all the time.
Yeah, because I want people to really understand this. This guy was going to play for a person that he said was a bully and abusive to his employees. He was literally going to play for them. Had Reginald confirmed Sword Art was definitely coming, and he was going to come no matter what. He was going to play for this apparently abusive person. I'm just saying, maybe Lena's sucking him off a little too much, and his brain's fried at this point. But I wouldn't really trust the word of someone who's like, man, this person's abusive and bullying me, but I'm going to go play for them. What?
See,
what?
That's like with that. It's the whole thing with the girl. Like, the girl said, oh, he's abusive, but you still stay with him. Like, then why am I even talking to you? Like, what the fuck?
I apologize to everyone back. I did because when this stuff happens, you don't think about all the nuance and everything in the story initially until you know.
Yeah, because I remember I forgot who was trying to tell you there because I was like, wait a second, he says he's abusive but still play with him. Like, that don't make sense.
He was actually going to play for them. That's the thing. He was going to play for them. Had Sword Art been confirmed by Reginald to come, he was going to play for them.
Oh yeah. This
after
guy,
that, Reginald, because Doublelift wasn't serious. Apparently, Reginald thought he wasn't serious about it or some bullshit, so we didn't allow him to play. So he picked up lost, and Doublelift went to go. He retired. So that's the thing. Doublelift was told people on stream he was going to play, but then he went to streaming. He said he didn't want to play competitive anymore. Wait a minute. Wait, this is all just fucked.
How you're playing, you should have stuck to that. But anyway. God, this guy's literally like the type of guy to like go to like a Black Lives Matter protest and then right like a day later go to a clan meeting.
All right, let's go over the Telecom Wars, which is the longest standing rivalry in the history of League of Legends. Yeah. I've been watching this rivalry since season 5, and I mean it's pretty much always been SKT favorite for the most part. Now, KT has not actually beaten T1 in a best of series since 2021 spring when T1 were just playing musical chairs with a lot of their players for some reason. I really don't know what they're doing on that roster anyway. All right, but last night, KT finally got the fat dub. All right, you have game 1. Like Chad said, game 1's a complete stomp. Yep. I don't know what to analyze in this game. This is a complete stomp. T1 played like absolute shit.
I didn't watch this. I watched the actual whole.
Oh yeah, if you watch the whole VOD, it's even worse. This is kind of like
I watched the whole 30. Was it 30 minutes? Yeah, about
30 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched the whole thing. I was like, I went to the bathroom, came back. I'm like, next. Yeah. And I watched game 2. I was like, yep.
Yeah, I mean, are you surprised? I'm not surprised. Like,
oh no, I'm not surprised too because I've been saying like T1 either don't take it seriously or sometimes they just get beat.
No, I'll think about this today. They got a reality check at MSI by BLG and JDG. Because everyone's saying to them they're the best in the world. They literally got a reality check. Now, they played really well against JDG. They only got smacked around by BLG. BLG actually just beat the shit out of them. Other than that, they did fine against Gen G. They did fine against JDG. Like you said before, I don't know why they've gotten to their own heads like this. This is disgustingly bad.
Yeah. It's like on paper, they're pretty like neck and neck right now. It's like top lane and jungler I would give to KT. Mid lane I would give to T1. And bot lane I would say are pretty much steady.
Dude, even in the series.
But when it comes to literally every team aspect, though, team aspect, like macro, team fighting, confidence, it all goes to KT. It all goes to KT, all those areas.
Plus, KT don't have nothing to lose. If they lose, they're expected to lose.
Yeah, no one
it's like on paper the players are even, but every team aspect, like macro and such, it's all KT all the way across the fucking board.
That's why I tell people that's why I always play with Lee. I play with everything. The whole thing with it is like the underdog will always be the one people favor to more because it's like, oh, okay, if you win, oh, that's great. If you lose, you're expected to lose, but at least you try. KT just did come in. They put their whole foot in the
because you have to factor this. They were very close at beating T1 the last time around. They're like, fuck, we almost beat them. So it's not.
They were close, but the biggest thing is you always knew T1 was going to win because there was something about.
But you're looking at it from their point of view. They're thinking like they're not unbeatable. We can do it.
Yeah, we can do it, but it's not our time because every time KT had a chance, there was always one small thing.
Yeah.
KT got disrespected.
They won so hard.
KT just got disrespected with them.
They won so hard he actually just danced in front of them. That's just disrespectful. But we do it too. It's just
because they finally have the confidence. That's why they finally have the confidence. No, we can beat these guys. It's like
because they showed it. They showed it last spring in that best of 5 against.
They showed us like they're not beatable. They might, and it was the thing.
I will say it about this.
They're better than us, but doesn't mean that we can't beat them. It's always that thing where you know you can beat them. It's just sometimes
it's like BDD isn't that good anymore, but with his team and everything, his confidence, it's like and his actual decision making.
The thing with BDD, he's a worse version of Chovy if you're talking about playing around his team. He literally he'll just sit in lane and just kind of farm.
Yeah, because he just go and that's
the other thing. Give it series. Faker and him played. Faker matched up against him very well. Like also in the series, I want to mention KT played really well in this game too, but there was a few mishaps early on, like they got a little over eager right there in the dives and stuff like that. So outside of those little mistakes, they played. Yeah,
that's little mistakes where it's like you go back, you learn. All right, cool, because they're always a team that's over when they get a good lead, they always get a little over.
You see how they just played that out right there. They didn't need Viego to do that earlier. They knew they had an easy to execute stun to line up against.
That's why for the coaches, you go back and say, "We got this, guys. Just do not get over eager. Just go right in and punch them." Because
if you're Bengi, how do you tell them? What do you tell them about this series? Hey guys, we just got fisted. Let's just go next. I don't know what to tell them honestly.
What do we tell them? You go back and you just have one-on-one conversations. You just try to see where they're mentally at. Because sometimes it just some people are just like because
remember, like I said before, a few weeks ago when we were talking about when how the season first started, they were playing not so good against Hanwha. They looked obviously better against every bad team. That I don't count bad teams as LCK. Those are just free wins. Let's be honest.
This is my say.
They look shaky against Gen G. I was like, they're not going to be beating KT right now.
Not right now. They might beat them in the second half. We don't know because that's the whole thing too.
How long do you think this slump is going to happen for them? I mean, obviously I don't know.
Nah, it was a one team. This was a one-team slump. They're gonna come back and clap whoever's next.
I think it's gonna happen for like the whole split. Honestly, they'll still obviously make worlds and stuff, but I think it'll happen for the full split, and we'll see if they turn it around that worlds. Also, this is what I honestly notice. It seems like a lot of teams keep players together, thinking that they'll improve on their chemistry. Honestly, in League of Legends, it seems like it's usually the opposite actually effect.
Yeah, sometimes you just don't play well with absurd players' play styles.
No, just after a while, it's like you get tired playing with each other or something because it just makes you feel
just don't like somebody. Someone's personality just doesn't fit. That's why I said, that's why I said that's when it comes to the coaches. Sometimes the coach, the head coach, mainly the head coach. Or it could be multiple, whatever amount of coaches there are.
There's psychologists on our team too. Remember?
Is that too? Yeah. Sometimes you need a psychologist and a coach together at the same time, or maybe a psychologist.
That's what their fans need, a psychologist.
No. Their fans need to be throwing them off. That too. I was in the Twitch streams for some of these games. These motherfuckers need to be putting Arkham silent. These motherfuckers was during this fucking game. Because I was there for game 2. They was like, "Oh, we're still better than KT. We'll come back in the second half of this play."
I'm glad you brought that up.
Maybe.
I'm glad you brought that up because I wanted to talk about that. So, outside of this series, KT played great. A little bit of a mishaps in game 2 early on, but it's fine. Overall, I'm glad they finally beat T1 in a best of series since 2021 spring. They haven't beat this team at all.
Props to Eamon though, because if you don't know, Chaz, Eamon's been playing for 5 or 6 years now, and every year he's considered a very good player, around the 5th or 4th ADC, maybe even the 3rd sometimes, but he's never considered in that upper echelon. He's always a 5th. But no, he's always
This
like
man
a
got
fifth
third
place
All
ADC.
Pro last split. Who doesn't consider him good?
I said he's always like I said he's always like fifth, like fourth or third though, but he's never in that upper echelon. But right now he's playing like it. That's what I'm saying.
I don't like. You're a dirty Canadian. Oh my goodness. All right, so okay. But that happens a lot. But I notice this a lot with. Maybe it's just T1. I think about other teams too. It can't be the other team just outplayed them. It's always something about T1 messing up. I'm like. Those things can also be a factor, but at the end of the day, I don't think they got stomped because of a draft. The draft is mostly fine.
It's probably mental. It's like I said,
they just feel cooked.
Oh, spin factor in. These guys can evenly match the T1 players too. Just because T1's a little bit better in some areas, I mean these players are shit. These players can match all of them.
No, it's probably the same thing I was saying earlier, Paul, or I said on another stream. It's probably I call it the NBA syndrome, where players are like, as long as we get a good enough record, it's like because in spring it's more important to play good because only 2 teams get MSI, while in summer top 4 teams get to World.
Right.
That's as long as they don't have to play in a playing stage. Was a playing stage?
Did you see the way BDD lit up after they won finally? His man looked like he was he got his dick sucked by all the Korean girls.
No, because it was that monkey off the back. It was like when I finally won the tournament last week, where I was like, "Fine, holy shit!" Because when you lose enough times, you start doubting yourself, and then you're like, "You know what? Fuck it. Whatever I need to fix, whatever weakness I have, I need to fix it." It might still be a weakness of mine, but it's not gonna be as something that they could exploit. Because the best weakness to have is something to turn on. Like mentally, you're just not all there. But as long as you fix your play style, because a lot of times, a lot of these Korean players, I'm starting to realize some of them are just mentally exhausted. Like that's why I was so happy when I went back I saw a video about Deft and how all the trials and tribulations went from. Like, oh, this motherfucker.
A lot of shit. Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'm happy this guy won World. Now it's like finally he got that monkey off his back out there. You know,
the thing I want to bring up is I think in league history, it's because people will use this. It's so disingenuous to say another team only specifically won. Now, obviously, people can get lucky. That's happened many years.
Trust me. There's like
people
videos.
Sure can get lucky. I'm never gonna not.
I'm there, right?
For sure can get.
EDG got lucky. They were like the fucking 5th best.
You're a piece of shit.
If you go on YouTube right now, there's probably 3 videos saying how DRX won World, and then it's like for every one video you see about DRX winning World and how they did it, there's gonna be 3 videos saying how T1 lost Worlds.
No, and that's what I wanted to bring up, which is if you look at what T1 plays, these players do play badly on champions. People act like they're good on everything. No, Owner is not really that good on Viego. Like Gumi Yushi can really only play Aphelios and Jinx specifically well. I'm talking like carry the game.
It's crazy
well,
with Viego.
You know?
It honestly feels like the worst junglers in LCK and LPL are the best on Viego.
Like I just don't get it. Like people keep always blaming draft. Their draft is Zaya, Rakan, Azir, Kha'Zix, and Cassante.
Yeah, no.
Maybe take out Kha'Zix and put Sejuani.
It honestly feels like they lost trust in each other.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. They've lost faith in each other. They've lost like man. They
lost faith, or they're just waiting for Worlds. Because, like I said, it's the whole thing with the NBA thing. A lot of players sometimes they're like, "It's so tired to go for this whole season."
And you also want to make sure you scale up throughout the season.
Yeah, because think about it. Just to have not a heads up, but like the whole thing now where Chris Paul they just traded him to the Warriors. I'm like, what the fuck? What? Wait. Steph Curry and Chris Paul on the same team? Weren't these motherfuckers actually had a goddamn like NBA style rivalry for like the last 9 years? Steph Curry just kept cooking them, and now they're on the same team. It's the whole thing now where it's like, I think T1's just playing for the playoffs. They're like, all right, cool. We just need to get top 4. It's like, okay, for the LCK, what team? Okay. Which one? I'm trying to phrase this properly. Which place do they have to get in order to miss the grouping playing stage? It's the third,
Well,
right? They got
the problem here is Worlds is the format shifts this year. So I would personally have to go back and look at the format to see if they're still gonna have. I'm pretty sure they're still gonna have groups. Well, I know top 8 still plays out the same way. I'm pretty sure they're still gonna have groups. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Pretty much like this. It's like okay. No. Of course, there's still groups. Okay, no, that's okay. That's me. They still. You know why? Because I keep forgetting that MSI and Worlds are two different formats. The way they do it.
If you're thinking like the LCK format itself, making top 4 gives you double elimination. At least if you get them to top 4, if they keep their top 4 position in the LCK and they keep the double.
I'm talking about getting to Worlds. Like,
they should be getting to Worlds just based on points alone.
Okay, because my thing with this is, okay, what place would they have to get in order to just automatically put in group stage and not no playing stage?
Pretty sure at least third.
Third, okay, that's me.
Yeah.
I think, and I'm telling you right now, watch the rest of the season and tell me, because that team look like they're just scaling at this point. They're like, all right, let's get to Worlds and then let's see what we do. Because I'm starting to see that with there are some teams who actually love coming out and playing. BLG, them motherfuckers come out and play. Gen G, there's some games they're like, all right, cool, we're gonna come and just win no matter what, and they have that mentality. We're just gonna come beat you. We don't care if you Shin Ref 4 DRX T1. We're gonna come out there. We're gonna punch her in the face.
There was a comment where everyone would say, "Who told T1 it's a finals?"
Oh Jesus!
Oh Lord!
That's what I'm saying. Watch T1. T1 go turn an eye in the playoffs. It's one of those things.
Yeah, first of all, that's still a scary team that I would not want to face in the playoffs.
Because think about this. Last year they were 17-1 and lost the finals. Watch them this year be like 13. No, was it 14-4, 13-5, and win the finals? It's one of those things where sometimes it's better to lose a couple games, but you don't lose in a way where you don't play, because then you might be considered win trading, because it's like you come out there and you just don't do shit. It's like, in that sense, because I'm like, T1 ain't this bad, but you know what? It's like there are times where teams are just better than us. That's of course happening. And then you start looking at it and you're like,
because
T1
right now,
you
look at it right now. We're not serious against Gen G. They had Doran sucking as hard as he did. They still couldn't even get through them. Doran was out there just trying to run it in that series. He was basically like, take it.
Take it. Just take it. Please take it from me. And T1 was like, nope, we don't want it. It was like...
to be fair, even after the series, they're still 4-2. I'm going to make that...
They're still 4-2.
4-2. The LCK is really weak if you're not facing Gen G or KT at this moment. They already played against KT. They already played Gen G. They already played DK next, right? Have they played DK yet?
No, not yet.
That's like the last hard team they have to probably play.
If they beat them, T1, I got them going 14-4. I think KT is just gonna be better this split dinner. But the thing is, let's see where the experiences comes for like that's gonna be KT's biggest weakness.
How many weeks are we in right now in summer? We're in like week. What week is this? We're in week 3 right now.
Yeah, week 3. Week 4 is about to come up. It's like KT's biggest weakness. When they get over eager, they start making mistakes.
The problem with KT is like KT's a KT roller coaster. They're a roller coaster, man.
Yeah, the roller coaster. It's like, and that's a weakness you can't fix, because that's just a bullshit. Sometimes
a fucking CLG version of an LCK team. They win against teams you don't expect. They fucking lose against teams you don't expect. That was more apparent last split, because they were running it last split in the regular season. Holy shit, how'd they make the playoffs playing that bad?
Imagine if they had Zeka instead of BDD.
Them motherfuckers might have been an MSI instead of T1.
Based off this week, they should be considered. Gen G and KT should be the top 2, the best teams. Yeah,
I think Gen G is clearly the number one team. I think my thing is now you look at it.
I think KT could actually be number 1 if they just had a better mid laner. I think
I forgot the reason why Gen G beat KT. Remember that night where those kids going on.
Yeah.
Remember, aiming wasn't supposed to buy static shiv, and KT was winning that game, and they paused it to make sure That's crazy.
See that right there.
I genuinely think KD could they could be a dark horse to win the whole split. Like they should have beat T1 last split. They could actually be number one if they just get things together, and if they had a better mid, then that would help too. But
yeah, I remember that series. It was week 1. Aiming should not have bought static shiv. They said you couldn't buy it because it was still bugged. He bought it anyway when they were winning. I forget who won game 1.
Why did they disable it? Because they do disable it sometimes where they put a bug in it where you can't buy it.
Yeah,
because there's certain items there.
Remember the KT guy got fired? Not fired. He got suspended. He got fined.
Yeah,
for yelling at the refs on stage for having a refunding item.
Yeah, CV Max is still coaching for KD.
So that's actually nice. Beat up his players potentially.
Yeah, Kwandon Freak. So still coaching for them, and they're a young team with 17-year-olds. So that's a good fit.
Oh, you're right. Okay, so Chaz, T1 plays DK Friday this coming up week.
Yep,
that's the last hard team they play for a little bit.
If T1 beats DK, I see T1 going no less than 14-4.
14-4, it's fine. Yeah,
at least they.
Because after that, they face Nongshim, and obviously Nongshim's going to beat them, right?
Nongshim's going to show up. They're going to lose in 25 minutes. They're going to go break, and then it's like...
Come game 2, lose in under 25 minutes, go home.
Yeah. Lose 25 minutes, and then the LC Casters.
Oh, yeah.
This is what it is. Is that the first game or the second game?
Read out their mid laner's name.
That's their Sunday's game. So they play DK Friday.
Is that the first game or the second game of that day?
Second game that day.
Okay, that's
the first game is KT versus Nongshim.
No, Chaz, just read out their mid laner's name on NS. It sums up their team.
Jeez, man.
You gotta talk about dude.
Pretty sure it's Quad, right?
No.
It's Fiesta?
Yep.
That's not a Fiesta. That's dog shit. A Fiesta would imply they're actually playing League.
No, a Fiesta's one.
Yeah, a Clown Fiesta.
That's what the LPL teams play.
No, it could be also a Clown Fiesta, and that's what they are.
A Fiesta where you come in, you see a cute Mexican girl, and you take her home tonight, and you get her pregnant. That's a Fiesta.
Yeah, and then the fucking cartel is at your door.
Then the cartel is at your door, and you're gonna die.
No. The cartel is at your door doing one or two things. You either marry my daughter, or you're
or you're in training day.
Yeah, oh shit. They go,
oh god, man. That's a great movie.
Man, you go drive under a bridge. You see a girl smoking a cigarette, and then the Russians come up and shoot your shit out.
We have the greatest game after, because apparently on Friday they're playing 3 games after KT Nongshim, T1 DK, probably the match of the week right there. Bro versus DRX.
Okay, yep, that's me. I know after that second game, I'm
going to bed.
I'm going to sleep immediately.
On Thursday, DRX versus Live Sandbox, and before that is Genji versus Bro. After Genji's game, I'm going to bed.
I'm not even staying up to watch Genji's game. I'm watching Rods.
Genji just clap every team worse than them. It's obviously the bottom 2 teams. They just run through them.
Oh no, I'm telling you right now. They're like Bro had confidence at first because they beat some teams and then they kept losing. They're they're gonna come on stage. That game 1. Don't be surprised if Genji does this. They either like to end it quickly or they like to entertain and make it and then make it 34 minutes.
You're a really special org though when you keep Henna, Morgan, and Umpty for 3 years.
Oh, if you keep Umpty for 3 years, I know you ain't trying to win shit. That guy is a fucking check stealer. What else did you say? Umpty and who else?
Morgan and
oh hell no! Henna. You get Morgan on your roster. Throw your roster.
Morgan and Henna.
If you get Morgan on your roster, take that org, burn that shit to the garbage. Burn that shit to the actual ground.
Yeah, we got the ADC who dragged down Delight.
Oh shit!
No, I forgot. Yeah, Delight was on Ho last year. Leaves them, starts winning titles.
That's how that be, man.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the LCS because we got to wrap this up in a little bit. Let's talk about our favorite region, the LCS, and we're going to talk about 100 piece and fly quests. I'm pretty sure they're going to face. No, they already faced.
They already faced. That was the first game.
Yeah. Fuck. All right, let me go to the Leaguepedia right now. I'm going to talk about it. Okay. All right, the LCS 2023 Summer Split week. This is week 3, right?
For week 2. Week 2.
Week 2. Yeah, we played 6 games. Yeah, you're right. Week 2.
I like this schedule better than the 2-2-2-3. I like the 3 games.
Yeah, I like this better too. Yeah. All right, let's go to summer.
Let's go do the whole LEC where they go right to playoffs. I think that
we go to the group stage first.
Playoffs stage,
for top 4.
To me, what?
Hey man, I'm not trying to see 18 games of FlyQuest be dog shit. I'm good. If you can get that over quicker, thank the heavens, please.
Yo, you know the great part about it? Dig actually might make playoffs.
That tells you how bad this league is. Sean was talking about last week. No, I watched their horse shit outside of Ridge.
Just imagine this. They might actually make playoffs.
They're actually terrible. I watched it. I made to pay attention.
I'm gonna tell you right now,
dude. It's only just Ridge. They're trash. I'm
gonna tell you right now. If Jetson can lead Dig to World, he is GOAT of LCS. I swear to God, he is. No, I'm being dead serious. If Dig leads. If Jetson leads Diggs 2 Worlds over, like, say, Double Lift with 100 seeds, he's GOAT. He's
all right. Let's go over it.
Yeah, I mean, no, I said before, though, like, Dig, I'm not saying they're good, but I'm saying their players are doing decent.
I'm calling it right now.
Dig is 3-3.
Good because not even good. I think those are trash. They are only playing well because every team with better players suck. They're terrible.
I mean, that helps with like teams like FlyQuest, but I'm just saying, like, they even if their players like Diamond and Tomo aren't the best, they at least are doing the best they can at their skill level, and they at least know their place and what they need to do. The biggest thing that's holding them back the most is Santorin. Santorin is literally performing like one of the worst junglers I've ever seen.
Diamond's holding them back. Diamond looks like he's on stage.
No, Diamond
is awful.
Diamond is bad, but Diamond is bad, but Santorin is.
Santorin can't land a single ult. He can't even auto attack.
Diamond
properly.
Can't land and engage on rail when it's telegraphed where you go. It's literally telegraphed where you go on rail.
It's the bare minimum, but you know.
No, did you watch Diamond? He played like shit.
No, Sean. Diamond's bad. Diamond's bad too, but we expected that from him. No, we expected Diamond to be bad.
At least knows his place and is trying his best.
I'm going to show you. We're going to watch these. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. He plays like
Santorin is literally just useless. So
no, MSK. I'm going to tell you why Santorin is worse than Diamond, because you know Diamond's bad. That's why you don't expect much. As long as he does fuck up the team fight, you're good. Santorin is.
That's why he did it this week. Remember on the Rel Gate he did.
But he's not the reason why they're almost losing. He's not the reason why they're almost losing.
This game. He's playing on Rel, and he literally leaked. He literally said, "Oh, I'm throwing the game. I'm a fat fuck. I only eat KFC and gravy."
He's not playing well, but he's not the reason.
Like, I was watching a retard on stage throw his brain.
Listen, like Santorin, literally the way they build these comps, it's all on Santorin to like make the engages and like land the ults. He can't land a single fucking.
No, dude, I don't think Santorin played like shit.
Not only that, Santorin can't even like auto attack properly. It's like he'll be on like fucking he'll be on his like champ Santorin, and he'll like throw his boomerang like on the other side of the map.
No, MSK, you're right, but Sean's also right. Like Diamond is not good. Diamond is not good.
This was so bad, my brain almost evaporated.
But MSK, the thing is this: we have expectations with Santorin, not Diamond. Diamond is playing better than we expected him to.
Is it? It's not as badly as I expect.
Yeah, he's at least not like losing them the games.
Yes, he is.
The first two games. No, the first 2 games is the reason why they lost.
Diamond is for sure.
Diamond and Santorin were the reason why they lost those two first games.
It was mainly Santorin.
No, dude. Literally the reason for everything. If you're playing as Rel, I know why he's missing hooks on Rel. He's so hungry on stage, he can't get enough chicken from KFC. This fat fuck, he's missing his engages. I want you to watch this game and tell me how bad this guy is fucking. Dude, James could play better than this guy.
Look at Santorin. What does he do? It's like he tries to throw his fucking ult, and it's like they'll all be in this bunch here, and then Santorin will like somehow throw the dragon.
I want to show you this right here. This is so bad.
MSK. That's not saying was because James.
Yeah, like this play. It's
Okay,
like
no,
he
that was
tried
bad.
throwing
No,
his
look at
ult
that.
here,
That was bad.
and it was, and he like threw
That's
it
what I'm saying.
where the fucking in the middle of the fucking lane.
Santorin is horrible. He is just.
No, I don't disagree. I'm not arguing anything. It's like he's terrible. He's absolutely one of the worst junglers in the league. I'm not even saying
It's like, what the fuck was that? Like, look at that!
No, look at what Diamond just did. This man is so fat on stage. He can't get enough of this chicken. He just wants to go home and eat.
Like, did you not see what Santorin?
Why is he there? What purpose does he need to be there in that moment?
That's true.
He's so hungry.
Yeah, but he at least made up for it a bit there.
No, he didn't.
Well, Santorin.
After that, he did it again.
Look at him. No, God, he at least made up for it after.
Both of them are playing bad.
Santorin threw his fucking ult. Yes,
okay.
They're both playing bad, but Diamond at least made up for it a little bit and didn't lose some of the game. Well, then Santorin threw his fucking ult to Africa
supporter,
and then just ran into them.
You fucking Leftist supporter. You fucking Trudell supporter. I love Transformers too.
See, my thing is, I knew Diamond was horrible. That's why I never looked at it. It's like, oh, he's good. Oh, he's okay. He's not the reason. He's not the reason why they're complete dog shit.
I think I saw the worst League of Legends gameplay from a raw I think I've seen in my life. He was actually trying to throw the game
I've ever seen by Santorin.
I hate you. Go to hell. Please, for the love of me, God, go to hell. This was all right. So this was probably the best game of the week, I guess, because it was so back and forth. Rich actually played very well. Rich is the only reason why they win games.
Yep, clearly, like
if they don't have Rich on any carry, throw this team.
They're 0-6. They're 0-6, or at least 1-5.
You can't play tanks. They put Rich on a tank. You're not carrying shit. He literally just only strictly has to be on carries. What is he doing? Diamond, you suck. Why? Why would you engage that?
Well, I think
Why?
that was okay. That was I saw.
No, that was bad. That was bad. That was bad.
Three people here. There was Sejuani and a rail here.
Yeah, that was a team shot call. That was a team.
No, his brain wanted so much chicken. His fucking brain is
even that was a team shot call.
That was a team thing.
No.
Even if that was a team shot call, that was just bad placing. What? Yeah. Come on, so you.
Yes, Diamond's been bad. I'm not saying that, but again, he wasn't the reason for their losses. And when he makes a bad play, okay, but he at least tries to make up for it, and sometimes he does. And then when he's doing that, Santorin then shows up. This is what Santorin does. He then shows up on his fucking on the Sejuani, throws his fucking ult to Africa, and then just walks into the middle of them and says, "Kill me." That's what Santorin does.
It was this game. Oh my god, this almost gave me a heart attack. I was like, bro, this guy in this game randomly just throws himself in mid. No help, nothing. Just dies.
Yeah, yes, he sucks.
Is he that hungry?
Arguing with that.
Is he that hungry?
Man, MSK, man, he tried to get home to get a 4-piece. No, but it's like,
all jokes aside, I'll say this. All jokes aside, they're not a good team. I think they're a shit.
My thing with Rich, like with my expectations, it's like, all right, cool. I've been knowing this motherfucker plays like this. I'm not looking at him like,
yeah.
But now I'm looking at Santorin like, what the fuck you doing, Santorin? Why are you there?
Dude, we know this since last split. I know his brain's been off since last split. He ain't.
That's why I'm tougher on Santorin than Diamond, because I know Diamond is garbage. That's why I'm like, all right, cool. Just don't be the reason why we lose the game.
Why I'm tougher on Diamond. You can't mess up real engages. They're telegraphed where you go. If you mess up that, you're trash. I'm sorry. That's one of the easiest things to not land. Actually, how can you not? Okay. Also, I'll say this like before. Rich is the only reason why they win games. Let's be honest here. He's the only reason why they win games.
Jensen's been doing well, and Tomo isn't
okay.
Good, but Tomo isn't good, but he's at least doing his job with what he can.
You know the reason why he's able to do that? When I watch their games, no one's focusing him. He's not even actually playing great. He's not.
But you know why no one's focusing? Because Diamond's always doing something just idiotic where they forget he's there. No, because that's the thing about it is.
He's actually terrible, but no one focuses him, so it doesn't
matter.
But
you gotta realize this: because Santorin and Diamond both do dumb shit. The issue is Diamond's more easily to focus out instead of Santorin, because the way Santorin plays is so unorthodox. You're like, what the fuck is he doing? Why is he farming here when he should be down there helping the middle laner?
You want to know what's funny though, Chaz? You want to know what's funny?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something. All right. Tomo came in on Cloud9 Academy when Kane had the visa issues, as he does back and forth.
Yeah.
In 2020 of summer, and then him and Diamond was their Academy bot lane. All right. So listen, and now fast forward. This is summer, and now listen. So they played together then, and then afterwards, both of them went to FlyQuest plus FlyQuest Academy and played with each other there. And then after that, both of them for like the last 2 years have then also been playing with each other on Dig and Dig Academy. So both of these guys have played together for literally like basically 3 years. This is 3 years of chemistry, and this is what we got.
Throw that shit in the trash.
Damn. First of all, 3
no,
years
he's not
of
wrong. Yeah, they've been playing together for a very long time. From
since
Academy
2020, about 2019.
About roughly.
Since 2020 summer in Academy.
If your chemistry is like that, nah, you gotta break that.
It wasn't consistent. It was like here and there, but every split basically, you at least played games together, and then many splits and many years together all the way.
You know how many?
They've had 3 years of chemistry.
You know how fans are like, give these guys a chance. FlyQuest gave Diamond a chance. These orgs have given these players chances. They just suck. They just aren't good.
That's why I wanted to see. That's why I wanted to see the Academy kind of like they're like, we'll pass on them. Like, because there were certain players they were saying about.
Oh yeah, like, they made sure. How does this Academy team look?
You want to know what happened to Jose Diodo after he went back to Latin America after he stopped playing for FlyQuest? His team in Latin America got last place, and then he wasn't on a team in summer.
Damn.
Okay, so let's go from the bottom and work our way up to the top. All right, so starting off, we're gonna talk about FlyQuest.
Dog shit. They're 2 games behind They're 2 games behind the next teams. What the fuck is happening? A team that went 8-1 the first half of the spring split that ended 14-4
last split.
It was second. It was second.
Second.
They were second in regular season, third. Yeah. What the?
And
it seems like when you take off win some, you win less. Now you don't get the joke. Win some, you win more, but without win some,
you lose some.
Yeah, with Vulcan, you win. With Vulcan, you lose all.
You just win it all. With Vulcan, you just win nothing.
Oh look, Vulcan, you looked good this week, especially in comparison to Ayla. You fucking dicked him in that game despite losing. You literally dicked him in that game while Ayla looked like shit and got carried by his team.
I told you Ayla was going to win the war because
he hasn't won the war. Like fuck all with that shit.
Oh my
it's
God.
Like people Rafa was like Team Ayla wins. It's like fuck off. He played like shit. He got carried. No, Team JoJo. Shut the fuck up.
You know what Vulcan should do? You know what Vulcan should do on Twitter when someone says this shit? Show them all his trophies.
Yeah. Anyway, so
your trophy ain't gonna help you win now, bitch.
Did well this week. Good job. Good job. You proved why you should be on EG instead of Ayla, who's getting carried by them.
What the fuck are you saying?
The rest of FlyQuest and the rest of your games, you're shit. Anyway, moving on.
Okay.
Impact. Why Impact retire this year? He could be like, I'm done with this shit. You guys suck. He just gonna leave. He
has like a fucking tower in Korea, millions.
Yeah, he literally owns apartment buildings. He's set for life. He can just keep playing.
Yeah, he's literally has like his own tower in Korea.
Plus, he only won World. That means it's like okay.
Yeah,
I can just go back home.
2013.
He won Worlds. He's won multiple LCS trophies. He's been to MSI.
He won multiple LCK trophies too.
Yeah. He really has honestly nothing else to prove.
Like
he's really just playing. He's playing for money at this point. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna just play till like.
But I'll be honest here. He's probably playing just to keep his family financially stable. A lot of them do that.
Yeah, no, he's literally just playing so for that, just for extra cash to snub, to rob NA out of their stupidity.
Let's start with FlyQuest. Man, because the difference with them and 100 Thieves, I know people are comparing them. 100 Thieves is just kind of lifeless. They're actually not doing anything. But FlyQuest are just not good because they're just bad. They just all chemistry sucks, macro play sucks, the laning is terrible. Vikla is an actual page. Get that guy off the team. I'm gonna say this: they might do it this week. They might not. Give or take. They need a roster change. Remember, I told you guys last week. If they go 0-6, you need they're 0-6 right now. It is on fire. We saw the games. They're dog shit. They need a change. I don't know who you change, but
they
you
need a whole
something.
roster swap.
Academy team. I'd say definitely get in Spyrax right now over Vikla. Sub in Spyrax.
Now I'll say they might have some of the Koreans might have a contract where they can't get subbed out. I'm just saying this is hypothetical, obviously.
That is stupid.
Those are actual clauses though. That players can have it inked in their clause that their contract where they don't get subbed out, which is obviously I agree with that.
Yeah, and we saw it in the off-season videos, like on Golden Guardians. I forgot who they were talking to, maybe Huhi, but they made an agreement where a player would only stay in academy for a certain period of time if they sign him. But so maybe they have that. But if they don't with Vikla, put Spyrax in right now.
Yeah,
maybe even UG as well.
I'll say it last week. I'll say it again. I said this in preference because I knew they would go 0-6. They were not good last week. They're going 0-6 this week. They're gonna get turbo fisted.
People actually thought they would win a game.
Yes.
That was the game they were supposed to win.
Yeah, Casters had it. That Casters and people on Reddit who did the bets, they had FlyQuest beating.
What idiots?
They're gonna bounce back. They're gonna bounce back because
12 straight wins. There was that one guy on Reddit that said 12 straight wins. I'm like, okay. Yeah.
All right. So my thing here is Prince and Vulcan. It's a thing I think Chaz mentioned it a few shows ago. Sometimes things don't work out. The players are probably individually good. This is just not working out. This is just not working between.
It's like basketball. It's like sometimes you put players together that are great, but they just don't fit, and it's like, all right, cool.
Vikla, did you? Oh my god, that game against Cloud9, Vikla. Obviously, I want Cloud9 to win, but that is your ult he did. I was like, bro, get off the stage.
No, that was the game I knew Vikla was gonna be the first one out the door. I'm like, oh yeah, he getting fired.
All right, yep.
Vikla is speed running his career from Korea to NA. He's gonna break the world record.
I'll say about Spica, he's always been overrated to me, and I'm glad it's finally showing. He is just not good.
Spica need to go cut it.
Not as good.
Spica need to go. Spica need to go cut his hair again because every time he had the short hair, he would play a little better.
Mm-hmm. Spica does not work well with Vikla. He does not work well with Impact. He doesn't work well with their bot lanes.
Nobody on that team fits with Vikla. I don't know what's going on.
No one fits on this team at all together.
Yeah,
all the synergy is terrible.
I think we said this many times before. Though with Spica, he's really good, but only on very specific teams.
Very specific metas too.
Yeah,
he's not good in this meta. He hasn't been great. He wasn't even great last year. Remember last year? He wasn't great last year either. He was terrible last year for the most part.
Yeah.
I'll say it was a lot of different reasons because TSM, they always have main reasons why they fucking suck. But right now, we saw the games. Make a change. I mean, honest here, if you don't make a change coming to this week, you have just told me you're not trying to go to
only if they had Noah.
Fuck you. Noah's actually pretty good.
Really Fnatic's gonna make worlds, baby. Noah's gonna
win worlds too, right? I'm just kidding, people. Just kidding. Yeah. But yeah,
if Fnatic gets to the final, I'll be like, you know what? Throw this whole year to trash.
Noah's after. It's like fucking Noah's Ark.
FlyQuest, you are a complete shit. Make a roster change. Because I'm not sure. What would be a logical reason you would play these games out this week with the same roster? Oh, it's gonna work out this week, guys. Why? Because reasons. No, fuck that. No.
Because sometimes you just mentally know you're done. Like sometimes sometimes they're like, you know what, fuck.
Well, let's see their strength of schedule this week. Let's see it. All right, they play against Team Liquid.
TL, nope, that's a loss. NRG, no, NRG 50-50.
That's 50-50.
NRG.
Okay.
And
I think they'll win their first game because
I'm gonna tell you right now, if FlyQuest goes 0-9, everybody's fired. Nope. See, I'm the kind of coach. If you lose to
IMT, that burned the org to the ground.
I'm the kind of coach that will kick you off a team if I see lack of effort. If I'm like with Vikla, you're not playing well, you go back to Korea.
I know Dig beat Team Liquid. Let's be honest here. Team Liquid still looks pretty good outside of their loss to Dig. They look pretty solid in the most part.
I'm the kind of because I don't know that whoever their coach gotta be like, Vikla, if you don't play well, I will ship you back to Korea.
Remember Song, who won on DRX last year as their head coach.
Oh, because he is.
Yeah, that's Song.
I will whisper in Vikla's ear. Vikla, if you do not play well, I will ship your ass back to Korea on the first flight. China, whatever I will ship you back to where you come from.
He needs to go on LCK challenges and rebuild.
Not first class, not commercial. I will put you in luggage. and you better hope you don't freeze.
No, he's actually Korean, but he should just go to China because that's where he deserves.
It don't even matter. I would ship you.
He might be good to play on Rare Adam because they'll accept anyone. At this point.
I would click return to sender with Vikla.
Again, if they literally don't at least like the other 4, okay, fine, but if they don't at least like try out Spyrax for even a game this week over Vikla, then they're just like waving
nepotism at that point.
No,
they might not even try him out because the nepotism amongst Koreans who run some of these teams in the LCS, they're not gonna try him out.
I don't know. Whatever. I will say
now, like,
the Immortals game is actually going to be interesting, though. It would actually see how bad FlyQuest is. Because here's the thing: Immortals should be a bottom 2 team. They're all just mediocre players. But here's the thing: while they're all mediocre players, they're all players. Besides traits at certain points, they're all players that don't really like make mistakes. So because that it's a good test to see if the other team is actually that bad or not.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if like at that point because you have to look at it and be like, okay, you gotta get rid of everybody because at that point when you see if the chemistry's just not working, I'm like, because at some point you gotta be like, you know what, let's
no, and I agree with you at some points when you're talking, man. But there's sometimes shit's just over.
If they don't bring up Spyrack like what Cole's saying, they gave up on the season because there are teams that would do that. They would but because in the NBA it's the opposite. They'll start playing it they'll start playing in the subs. And
do you see that speak where he was like the 0-6 never left? I'm like, bruh, I know I shouldn't be laughing at that, but that was just pretty funny. I was like, damn. Man, I was trying to say,
and what makes it worse. And what makes it worse for us, FlyQuest, is the expectations that people had on them. Because their weakness, we don't even know what is.
I'll say this here: they had weaknesses last split that I talked about.
It's 9 3 though. That's what's shocking. They still made top 3. So the fact
that everybody else
had that good head start. Yeah, they had a good head start and. People more or less collapsed.
Every other team was bad.
Remember, factor in last play, it was so bad. 100 Thieves went like fucking 1-7 in our last few games. And then went 7-0.
Yeah, because think about last year, LCS was
only
bad.
playing like Zeri and Jinx.
Think about this. Golden Guardians only needed 1 win to get to 10 wins. They couldn't do it. These teams last year were just bad. Like 100.
Yeah, I mean they're bad this year too. Feeble Geniuses is fucking tied for first.
Oh, that's criminal. I'm gonna credit to Jojo Piani. He's been playing really well.
EG is Frankenstein. They just took pieces and just put them together. And
EG is basically
right.
LCS's
BDS.
So their jungler, mid, and ADC are all good.
Okay. Before you go, I'll FlyQuest. Anything else about FlyQuest? That's it.
Oddly still cute, but this team's garbage.
Okay, Sean.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's it. Just Vulcan, you owned Ayla this week, but other than that, you're fucking garbage.
Jesus Christ, man. This whole
team is just garbage.
Hey, owning Ayla going 0-6.
Ayla got the win. That's all that fucking matters. It don't matter.
He played pretty bad though. He got asked.
It don't matter. Ayla's team won. That's the top part that people are going to remember.
Carried him in Revenge. Obviously, Revenge has stepped up though, but he's now went from like an 8th place top laner to like a 5th place top laner. At least
he's 6th place. He's 6th.
I'm just saying. Revenge has always been a guy though. We said
he's gotten better, but he's still
terrible. He can be decent.
He went from terrible to awful. He's learned from his mistakes, but he's still not as good.
Even in the wins against, he's still so invisible. He's not even a win condition.
Yes, but I'm saying he's at least serviceable. He's not.
Oh yeah.
One thing about Revenge that we can say he's not going to be the reason why the team loses. Mm-hmm. That's the one thing we can say. Unlike some other.
Yeah.
No, that's a good thing because if you don't do anything.
All right, let's. All right, FlyQuest for me. You need to change. If you go 0-9, even if they get one, because even if they get 1 win this week,
and they're going Immortals.
Yeah, so they would go what?
I swear to God, they lose to Immortals.
Right? Oh,
it's like good job. You beat the worst team in the league other than you. It's like
they would be 1-8 if they actually won against the Immortals. If they go 0-9, this
I'm not gonna lie. If I was the coach, I would have made the change after losing in Dig. I'm like, nope, somebody gotta go. I'm that kind of coach where like when
we know why they kept their academy roster. They knew this shit was probably going to be on fire. They didn't keep that roster because they knew it was good.
We have Winston, we're great, and then they just get another support. Like you had Winston.
Can't beat Immortals this week. I'm going to eat cat shit.
All right, so we're going to NRG. NRG beat Cloud9. They gave them their first loss of the split. For some reason, these players just very well.
NRG is just CLG with a new name. It's that CLG identity is all over that team. It literally counter logic. It don't make no fucking sense.
I don't get it.
On that time.
Because let's go look at NRG's schedule. Like
they beat Team Liquid.
They
lost against Team Liquid. They lost against TSM, and they beat Cloud9.
Yep, they beat Cloud9 because they beat Cloud9 to beat 100 C's, but then they lose to Team. It's like now it's like TSM is so weird too. That's when we get there. It's like
my thing with NRG is I don't think they're actually not good. They're just okay. I think they're actually playing worse than what they're showing. I think Dokla is their biggest reason why they've been losing. He's actually just running at this split. If you watch
they're not great, but they're better than they're playing. Like they should be in TSM spot in the standings right now.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, they're actually not as bad as the record shows, but they're not great as their record could be, if that makes sense. You know?
Yeah.
And don't remember when they're playing up against TL, they had that nice pick in the top side, and then Dokla just goes and dives into the turret. I'm like, what are you doing? What is this? If my top laner does that, I'm saying a lot of mean things to you in the alt chat. Oh my god.
I just don't get it. Like it seems like whenever they play against Cloud9, it's like for some reason it's not even like that they're doing that they do well against Cloud9. It's just for some reason like every game against them that Cloud9 plays, it's like they're beating them. All 5 of their players are playing better than them. They're owning them in lanes. They look like the better players. They almost solo kill them. But then it's like after like 15 minutes, they don't do any. They just sit in lane for like 30 minutes and don't do any plays. It's like, what are you doing? Like that's literally what they did. It's like, okay, good job. You proved you're better than NRG. Are you going to do anything around the map now? Nope. I'm just going to sit here. I'm just going to sit here in lane.
In the NRG game, I don't know. We'll look at the Cloud9 later because I have my issues with them too. Yeah. I think NRG's thing. Unless Contracts kind of gets the game going for them, they don't really actually do much. The Palafox does try and lane. He does. But that's my thing is this is just the same team as CLG, except just, I guess you could say better because they have FBI and Ignar now. I don't know. This is just a fucking odd team. Anything else you want to say about NRG? Chaz, you want to say about NRG or no, you're good? Okay. Immortals.
I think he's away for a little bit, but yeah.
Kenvi is dog shit. Kenvi sucks so bad. Watching this guy is agony. Like, watching this guy is just fuck, man. Oh my god, how's this guy still playing?
I don't think he's terrible, but yeah, he's definitely weak. The thing is does it have to do with just the org and the teams? Like, if he was in a better org and on at least a decent team, you know, throughout these 2 years, would he have actually improved and learned from things?
What else? Who is there? I think Balulu has played. I mean, he can't really do much, but I don't think he's terrible. I don't think so.
I don't think he's terrible, but no, he's the epitome of mediocre, and he can only play like two. He can only play like 2 champs well.
Solo exists, kinda.
Yeah,
he's not their worst player.
It's the worst version of Revenge.
Yeah, and you have Treats, who can't really. I mean, unless Treats kind of micromanages what they do on the map. This team's just as bad as, I don't say as bad as last split, but they're not good either.
Yeah, Treats is honestly like, what was that guy's name again? Who was the support who was like on like Misfits or G2 or something, and then went to like FlyQuest for 1 split and looked like shit? what was his name? And then he played for Griffin and like the thing. And
oh, talking about what did?
Yeah, what did that's what he's playing like once he's came in. That's what he actually is playing like. And then Tactical is playing like fucking Mickey in his dying years of his career. Where it's like he's just inting, and then there's like a 10% chance he pops off.
Yeah, I mean, it's agony watching Immortals play for the most part. I think they're going to be...
Yeah, they should be a last-place team. They should, but FlyQuest and others are just fucking shit in the bed.
I think it's going to be a race between whoever... They're going to be probably competing for that 7th, 8th spot. Not because I think they're good, but because, honestly, if they get a few more wins early on now over the other teams, they might just get into playoffs just because of that. To be fair, if you don't get anything above, 5th or 4th, you don't get the double elimination, so they'll be out. If they go to the playoffs, they're out in the first round anyway. They're not winning shit.
If they didn't play against Dig in like the very first week, they would probably lose against them. And yeah, I'm sorry. I think Immortals is just that they should, whether they will or not, because of Fly, NRG, Dig, and everyone having inconsistencies and shit, or other teams. I think Immortals is like objectively though just like on paper and in games 10th place, but that's always been the theme with like Immortals. It's like they always build these rosters, and in every game and throughout the entire split, they look like objectively the worst, like that fucking Ica roster, but then they somehow get like 7th because all the teams do just int.
I think Kinfy is just not good. I mean, there's nothing you can do if your jungler is playing that bad. Have people seen this guy play? I'm not even doing this to honestly pick on him. Have you seen? People actually watch his gameplay. He's awful. Yep. He can't even play carry. He can't carry on any carry champion. He can't play a tank as a carry. He can't ever be a win condition for his team. People said, "Oh, it's just the stationers." My dude has been playing the LCS for a year and some change now. That is not an excuse.
What if he was on NRG? Do you think he would do better?
Probably not. It also depends. Because if you watch their comms, he doesn't speak, he doesn't talk, he doesn't communicate. I don't really know what.
I really think it's an internal issue. That Immortals coaching staff is notorious for being the worst all these years. I don't think they're really teaching much at all, even with Xmithy being there.
Xmithy's like,
again, I'm not saying he would have been great otherwise. I never thought.
What do you want Xmithy to tell him though, dude? Xmithy, what's he gonna do? Hey, dude, can you stop fucking going in lane and just dying every single minute? You fucking piece of shit. Good lord.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, again, it doesn't even seem like they're like teaching him some of the basics. It's like unless he fucking acts like fucking what's his name, fucking Dardock, who's like, hey, you didn't talk for like 50 seconds during this play, and then Dardock is like, fuck you, all right, it's 50 seconds, fucking kill yourself. All right.
Let's go to 100 Thieves. 100 Thieves. Fuck. Honestly,
it's a broken team.
This is lifeless. When I watch their games, I'm just sad. It just feels so lifeless watching them. They don't do anything in game. They're honestly playing so reactionary to the point where it's just like they're waiting for the enemy to mess up. They don't try. It's lifeless. They don't do anything. I don't know how you fix that. They're just not doing anything.
It's chemistry. It's like it's literally last summer all over again.
At least, I'll say this. At least in spring, there were at least some of the players were willing to at least try. I can respect that. This split, they're just playing not to lose, and it's so disgusting.
Yeah,
they're not doing shit.
What we said about the mid lane, we said he would either play amazing or like shit, no in between. And guess what?
Like I said, and after that game versus Golden Guardians, Sun in them just disappeared, just never came back. That's why Tenacity didn't have the urgency to try to fight for his role. He was just plus the whole thing was the challenges league. I think he was mentally broken. I think.
Did you watch the Immortals game for them? Immortals,
yeah.
Right? I mean, fuck. Immortals really. I'll say should have won the game, but
Immortals kept fucking up. Immortals,
but that's not a game they won, and you go,
they could have won.
Yeah,
though.
we really just stopped.
Honestly, Immortals should have won. That's just that.
I'm gonna tell you why they shouldn't, because they've always been fucking up like this. Immortals always fuck up like that, and like there's teams that capitalize on it. There's teams that don't. 100 Thieves is the team that they do play reactionary, but they capitalize on mistakes when they know how to capitalize
Well,
them.
I would agree with that. My thing is, I wouldn't be happy about that kind of a win.
But it's a win. It's at this point, it's one of those things where sometimes you just gotta take a win.
Take them.
You just got to take it. You got to go back. You got to analyze everything. You got to sit down with the psychiatrist, figure out what the fuck is going on. Like sometimes you got to be in a group.
What's his name? Fuck. Quit, right? I can't really levy much at the guy, but he doesn't exist in their games. Now that could be because he just got here at Synergy. I can't blame him for that.
This whole Synergy because they've been you know who they've been practicing with since his thing. They've been practicing Nuke Duck, but the issue is they got Nuke Duck trying to coach you while playing with you, and it don't work because it's like the whole thing with Double has said is like he's a good coach.
He's gonna go back to Korea.
Oh no, if he can't find another team here, he's definitely going back.
Because the Someday Closer synergy was what I was looking forward to, and I was like, that doesn't exist right now. I hope it gets to that point, but it doesn't exist right now.
It don't exist because you first need to establish you said Sunday. Because they have to reestablish that. That's the issue.
And Closer, I mean, he looks like one of the worst junglers.
He's mentally out of it. You watch the game, you're like he's
that's why I say he's one of the worst junglers. He is mentally finished. Like dude looks kind of like he looks a bit better than like he looks a bit better than a Kin.
He's happy. He's happy that real quick. He's happy to have Sunday back because you can tell on his face he did like playing with tenacity.
I don't think he likes playing with Double Lift. I think Double's the X factor there.
No, that too. That was the main thing. I think the way Double Lift, like the way they have to play around Double Lift is like it's like if Double Lift stays next year, don't be surprised if Closer leaves. Like
also the bot lane then. The Double Lift Busios, that's just not
it's the experience gaps is too far ahead. Bucio's a smart guy, but he needs to go back to.
It looks like you have one person doing one thing, another guy doing another thing, and it's just
guess what? Guess what it is? FBI who he all over again. But this time it's a bigger gap because FBI who he's experienced is not too far apart. But now you got the issue is Bucio, who's a very smart guy. But the issue is he keeps playing. His mentality is he keeps playing like a mid laner. You need to go back to mid lane. I know you say you feel better as support. You need to go back to mid laner. It's like because if you're gonna play with Double Lift, you can't.
I would levy this at you then because you said this about tenacity last play. I mean, I don't fully agree, but we'll play this way. So you said that tenacity was a little bit better, but it was just the team he's on. Do you think if Bucio goes to a different team, he shines better then?
I think if Bucio goes back to mid laner, I saw him actually play mid when he plays on his Twitch account, he plays mid. And I'm like, yo, why the fuck are you playing support then?
Because LCS doesn't really take native mid laners like that.
And that's the issue. It's like he's playing a role he's good at, but he's
not considered good enough. You know?
Yeah, definitely. Who the person you're playing next to, it's like
because Double Bucio synergy is not there. Quit doesn't have any synergy because he literally just got here. You can't blame him for that.
Synergy like it's not there. The way they both think, they think the same, but the way they play is not.
So they think the same in lane, but the way they execute it is so differently.
Because he keeps trying to execute it like he's playing support. He's playing support champions, trying to sing like a fucking mid laner. That's why he out here trying to play like Chovy. It's like no. What the fuck are you doing? Why you acting like Chovy, but then try to play like carrier, but then you're playing support in NA? Like what?
Because watching their, I don't know who's worse to watch out of 100 Thieves or FlyQuest. They're just playing so reactionary that they want to look like they're not inting.
No, 100 Thieves is worse because they have a comp and they just don't execute it well. FlyQuest issue is something deeper that it's going to be figured out.
What do you think?
FlyQuest has something mentally. FlyQuest is with 100 Seeds, and when it comes to a team, like about 2 teams or 3 teams later, we're going to talk about how they fix what 100 Seeds is going through now. 100 Seeds has to figure out what is their main objective because they're doing too many objectives.
What they need to do, they need to simplify the game. This is what we're gonna do. That's it.
Yup.
That's
and
it.
I'm not gonna lie. If
I imagine scrims are going really bad for them. To play like that, they must be getting stomped.
The scrim are not like according to like a shit ton of people on Reddit, but also like Double Up. The scrim are not going bad. He said he even said it was something mentally.
I think that's coming from him. I think he's the reason why they're mentally like that.
No shit.
I think he's the one.
No fucking shit.
You know what the issue is? Double Up even said, I think his expectation of what he wanted from the team is too much. And Nation has to come to the realization that Double Up's a great player, but for what the team is trying to do, he can't be on the team. Because Double Up's expectation and what these players are trying to play to is like, it's not the same shit. It's
dude,
like
we're watching their games, man. It looks like they're just playing so scared. They're not even attempting to. Dude, they're scared to even take dragon fights. They're not even walking to the dragon
because they're being too calculated. Their biggest thing, and like I said, that whole thing was the Cold Guarded Guardian fight that ended their season. Broke them. It was like it broke them.
Scared of walking into a jungle with Viega, who has on-spot vision to even invade.
He's afraid to get flanked and bursted out. It's like
on Viega, on situations he can literally go in and get out. On Viega, does the mist thing.
They're also scared. That if they mess up, then Reginald Jr. will make a stream.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ! But that's what they're 100. It's just
100 season has two options. You get rid of Closer, you get rid of Bucio, or you get rid of Double F. One is easier than two, but sometimes two is easier than one.
Well, right now they don't have an academy roster to switch out, so they have
I know that's where they fucked up. That's where they fucked up at.
They have to play with this.
And then Nate shot is shit saying on the stream. It's like I don't know what to do with the League of Legends team.
They got rid of Unforgiven.
They've never bring up Unforgiven. They never have faith in him.
Too. I thought it was pretty good.
No, they never. No, the issue is they never had faith in him. It was the thing is he's shown flashes where he was good, and he's shown flashes where we're not bringing you up. You're what the fuck? It's like
see right there. I think that's a mistake. I think he could swap him over Double Lift.
No, it's because of the loyalty to get Double Lift to come out of
you're right.
In the first place. So they weren't going to do that, even though
that's part of it. But the issue is Unforgiven is like I'm not replacing this with this. It's like Unforgiven didn't show anything where it was like it's one of those things where it's like he's good, but that doubt was there, and no. Sometimes that doubt is warranted. You're just like you want to bring him in, but when you need him to shine the most, when you need him to be the leader, it's just not there.
You have to remember one thing, though, Chaz. He was playing. You have to remember who he was playing with. He was playing with players like Sniper, like Pretty, and Destiny.
But guess what? At that point, you got to be the leader, and he wasn't doing that. That's the thing. He wasn't stepping up.
Like the best academy AC last split.
He was but when they needed
that's NA Academy. I don't really value that much.
That's the thing too. It was like he was out here getting clapped by fucking Tomo. Was it Tomo?
Lost.
Yeah.
But he was losing.
The thing is, some players though, like some players who like have that pedigree though, don't do as well sometimes as like some players who are the top academy like Tomo, but then once they get back to like LEC or LCS, they play great because it feels like they don't take it as serious until they're back again. Like that's what happened with Sven. Like he didn't play as great in academy because of that.
You know the crazy thing is, if Double F never came out of time, but Beersen was on the team, I think Unforgiven would have done better because then he would have had someone that would have been able to like boost up his confidence. Because he needs someone to help boost up his confidence. He has the skills to do it, but
because I think.
That's why he fits on EG because JoJo is their leader.
Never tired.
Well, the thing one of you mentioned earlier, I think the whole way they got Double Lift, they kind of feel a lot of works out to some players. They take that kind of loyalty to them. I personally, through just a playing standpoint, would have swapped them. But if they honestly thought,
I wouldn't have swapped Unforgiven over Double Lift.
Man, if that was
I
my
want
team,
no. I want enough.
Out.
I want enough. Nah, I want enough. They
even though he's playing right now on EG, they had that. That was theirs. They got
because
it.
he's not the leader. It's
You don't need
JoJo.
him to be the leader, though.
But the thing is,
Closer should be your leader.
But it's like on most teams you kind of want the mid or the ADC. You want the person that's going to pop off.
No, you actually want your jungler to be the leader, honestly. Jungler leads your early game.
That's what Blabber does on Cloud9.
It's
your jungler or your support should be your leader's early game.
Yeah,
Lucio, he's not going to
pretty much. And also with Closer on 100 Thieves, he still looks like a good player on 100 Thieves
I want to
right
replace
now. He's just
him.
not doing anything.
I wouldn't have replaced him. He showed me he was a great player, but he needs more time to become the leader. He is like when it comes down to team fight, he was always a little hesitant. Like you can't be hesitant when you're ADC. That's the main thing. He can't
be their leader specifically because he.
But you can't be hesitant. He was hesitant when going to team fights. Like, dude, you're the shooter. You're the main damage.
He's doing great on EG now though because he's with Armeo, who's a good leader. Armeo.
It's like
you mean
because he doesn't have to be the main person. Got to speak out. He does. It's like that's the good thing.
That's the problem with the 100 Thieves too.
Yeah,
Doublelift and Closer specifically being the personalities they are. It's just not. Like I said before, I don't know how it's gonna get better for them specifically. Something magic is, I say they need a simplified way to play the game. They're playing. They're not playing the game. I was watching. I was like, okay, maybe it was just week one jitters. Okay, I'll let that go. They're not doing anything. They're just going. They're hoping a team throws They're hoping a team throws so hard that they'll actually fight them back. That can't play like that.
Put the coach back in, and they'll say
they look the same way with Nuke Dog too. Remember when they went 1-2?
Yeah, just put him back in, and they'll win worlds.
Oh god!
All right, let's go to TSM. They looked a bit better than I thought. Insanity actually is playing decent. I will give him that.
Yeah.
Yours doesn't look that bad.
I'm surprised the Graves mid picks are again. I've thought of like many crazy things. I'm not surprised when like I see players pull anything. Like I seriously think League of Legends is that game where literally any champ in any role could work dependent on the meta and get like I even think you could do some strategy like having a champ such as like Senna or Sona in mid lane and then having like a support like Bruiser roam up and target the mid while the ADC picks a champ like Graves to sustain 1v2. I think that could work in a meta. But anyway, so I'm not surprised by Graves bid. I'm just surprised it worked out against those comps and in this meta because I don't think Graves does enough damage right now, and the opponents had a lot of tanky champs, so I'm surprised he did well with it.
Well,
but anyway, he's doing well.
Do you think they're going to swap him out for Ruby? I think he should just keep playing Insanity, honestly.
They will, but if Ruby, I think, isn't at least on his level immediately, not immediately, but like maybe after like
a few games,
2 weeks, and TSM always likes to go back and forth like they did with Biofrost and Treats. They'll probably do that.
I mean, my biggest thing is I just hope TSM doesn't do a flag quest. It's like because that's the biggest thing you gotta learn from that. It's like, do we fuck up the skirmish? We're 3-3. There was people who thought that we were gonna be 1-5. They're like, think about it. TSM could have easily been 1-5. Like,
and their gameplay doesn't even show that they're 3-3. If we're being honest here.
Yeah. Again, they're that team though. Again, they're the team that has the veteran points, so they'll take advantage of teams' fuck ups.
Yeah.
Oh God. James's mom in our messages randomly changed the text effect to the Pride Month. Oh my lord! Now she's trolling me at this point. All right. It's the same thing I said with Dig. I don't think these teams are actually. We just combine them together. I don't think they're actually good at all. I think it's because these other better.
I think TSM is better than Dig.
Yeah, I honestly think it's just because teams like this one, they're just. Those teams are sucking with the better players, and that's probably these other guys. You watch these games; these guys are that good. Obviously, TSM has moments where they look a bit better than they should. I'm still not convinced. Maybe I'm just a fucking what's that word? I'm just jaded at this point. I don't even know.
Just like an 8th place team, though.
But my thing is, what if we underrated TSM? That's possible. That might be the thing too. Like we might have rated these teams just based on names and what we saw last year. What if 100 Seeds and FlyQuest are actually this bad because
what if they're just over? What if they're just over? What if we're all just? What if I'm overrated, Chaz?
It's like, nah, you're not underrated, overrated.
I'm top G, Big Daddy on these parts.
Oh, trust me. There's YouTubers that are overrated. I'll name them after. I'll name some after, bro.
That's my thing.
We overrated them. I think all the teams have had them right now are better. And
ninth place. There's teams there's people that label TSM 9 to 10.
Would you not?
I was saying 8.
I don't think we did.
No, I said 8 because I said ain't nobody could be worse than Digger Immortals. I thought
Immortals is showing that. Immortals is showing that.
Immortals just got 2 lucky wins. Like,
yeah, for Dig and TSM,
Dig is just take it. Dig is the one team. If you fuck up heavy enough against them, they're gonna capitalize on it.
Yeah, I think with Insanity, I think he's actually playing solid. I don't think Haunster's actually been the upgrade that people thought he would be over Soul. I think he's been playing pretty meh for the most part, honestly.
Yeah, no, he's pretty much the same, but at least he's making plays.
Yeah, because Solo was just there existed sometimes.
That man was trying to be homeless on the streets in LA. Team Liquid. Yeah, they lost to Dignitas, but they still play pretty good for the most part. They still play pretty good.
They're definitely second place. So
they fixed all their problems from last year, as of now.
Who do they face this week? They face FlyQuest, Cloud9. That's the match of the week right there. A battle for first place between.
Again, it was just a coach issue.
Yeah. If they were both still undefeated, that would have been a better match.
Cloud9 versus EG. So if Cloud9 wins their games,
and also TLGG. Oh, damn.
I think Golden Guardians are starting to show their form again. Gory got the pentakill this week. Gory, to me, still the best man in the LCS.
Gory and Stixay. No, put some respect on Stixay. That motherfucker got a pentakill too. Put some respect on Stixay, man. That motherfucker out here, he's trying his hardest, man. You gotta respect that. You gotta respect Stixay, man. He's trying his hardest.
Yeah, like Golden Glue, he's trying his hardest. You can't outwork him.
They're doing great.
Hey man, you gotta love the white man with the pompadour hair. You gotta respect Stixay, man. That motherfucker is trying his hardest.
To be fair, this week, Golden Guardians, they started to show that form that they had last split and the form that they had against the wild card teams at MSI. Gory got the pentakill. Yes, Stixay got his pentakill too. They played pretty solid this week. You know, it's nice to have them play at the form that we know they can play at.
Is it just me or is Jace? I feel like Jace is one of the guys that he's like the easiest person to get his pentakill with.
Pretty much, yeah.
Because I was playing with the Jace earlier. This motherfucker got a pentakill with ease. I was like,
he's a very high execution champion. Basically, if you know how to play Jace to his limits early on, you can
trust me. When I was playing Gragas and I did the barrel and then Jace comes out of nowhere, just execute all 5 of them with ease. I'm like, and then he messages me like, thank you, big man. I was like, you got it. And then we just crashed into fucking Nexus. Oh man, that was Jace Gragas is fun.
I'll give it to Jojo Piana's played very well this split.
He's playing a lot better. Unforgiven finally got the pressure off him. All he gotta do is go in there and play.
Yeah.
He doesn't gotta be vocal.
Ayla exists at this point now. He's playing like Ayla should.
Ayla now don't gotta get yelled at, and shit.
I don't know. He still doesn't look good to me. It just looks like he's getting carried, but he isn't playing garbage. But
Ayla's better than Vulcan. At this point, Ayla's better than Vulcan. I'm sorry, man.
Good lord.
I think Vulcan is still better overall.
He was better in that game.
No, I think Vulcan is still over. I still think he's better overall. But Ayla won that battle because he won the match. Even if Vulcan had a better thing, it was like at the end of the day, who fucking won? Who won between that matchup? Who won?
JoJo did. That's who.
EG won. EG won versus FlyQuest.
No, this is JoJo Geniuses. That's what I'm calling this order.
No, this is EG who beat FlyQuest. Vulcan is still better than Ayla, but Ayla won that battle. It was like,
I'll sell up this team for you, all right?
Dude, this is the thing. If your mid laner is Vikla and my mid laner is JoJo, I mean, does any of them, the rest of the map even matter at this point?
Armeo, JoJo, Unforgiven, you'll play Great Revenge.
Like,
you at least did your job.
Prince and Vulcan is better than Unforgiven. It was like Prince and Vulcan is better than Unforgiven and Ayla, but when I watched that game, it looked like everybody's even, except for JoJo, who's just gapping the fuck out of Vikla. It was like everybody else.
He fisted the shit out of him.
Everybody else looked even. And I'm not saying they suck, but it's like, all right, cool. It literally comes down through the middle.
No,
I do agree JoJo did win them the game.
No, Armeo was way better. Unforgiven was way better.
No, but right now, EG should be beating them. FlyQuest are the worst team in the league. EG actually should be beating them. Like that's just fair to them.
They kicked their ass right now.
That's why I said he won the battle, because they swapped teams, and it was like, and you start to realize Ayla wasn't the full problem. But Ayla wasn't the full problem. He might have been part of the problem, but
he's still not good.
But I want to say this too.
Okay.
I want to bring this up.
But Ayla wasn't the full problem, because you start to realize, okay, FlyQuest, he might have been part of the problem, but he wasn't the full problem, because you're looking at FlyQuest now. You swap supports, and the team's worse. Or in a sense, because I say they started to split with Winsome, but it's like in a sense, you start looking at it like, okay, how much other problem was Ayla? Because Ayla was a good portion of it, but it's like,
oh no, other problems were definitely not his.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to point out.
All I said was they levied too much of the criticism toward him. He was playing like legit shit. He was playing bad, but that wasn't all. It wasn't all his fault. The reason why the whole map collapsed, because people did not look at how bad Vic was running it down after that first 4 weeks of the LCS.
Speaker was out there getting caught doing dumb shit, and then just boom, he was gone.
Can I finish off on Cloud9? Like I mentioned before with Cloud9 last week, the good lord, the way that they are, there's nothing wrong with being over aggressive. The thing is, when you're over aggressive and you're not calculated with your over aggression, it just kind of backfires. But against NRG, it just got gapped pretty hard, honestly. Also, the draft is really bad. Also, I don't know why they chose to pick Kennen blind as their third pick. You don't pick Kennen third like that. Obviously, it depends on the rest of the map. Because people actually levied criticism at Fudge that game. I thought Fudge was the best player that game, honestly. Mm-hmm. Everyone else kind of sucked that game.
Well, I think every player on Cloud9 looked better than every player on NRG. They just didn't do anything outside of their lane.
I don't know, man.
What they were just sitting there like day drifting. What were they doing?
Oh, I remember that there was a part in the game where Blabber got caught out on Vine. Like, you cannot check.
Yeah, also, where was Blabber? I didn't see him like once in any lanes that game. Where was he?
Like I said before,
did he go for lunch?
The same thing with Team Liquid is the same thing on Levy at Cloud9. They still won the other games pretty convincingly. So it's one of those things where in sports happens a lot. Some teams just play better against certain teams than others. That's just how sports work, But I will level this at Cloud9. This is a good thing they lost. It's actually a very good thing they lost. You need to actually be tested. You can't just be walking around being that over aggressive. Remember, against TSM, they went over a wall to kill 2 people to give over a Baron that TSM then proceeded to throw. You can't do that.
Oh, yeah.
They have showed weaknesses,
Yeah, and also with Fudge, what I don't like, it's like he'll be beating his opponent in lane, beating them, but then it's like he'll try to go for these ego kills under the turret for no reason, and then he dies 3 times.
The Jace against, he was beating Dokla, but then he would try to 1v1 Dokla too much, and he honestly should have been roaming a lot more and TPing.
It was other ones. It's like he was like beating Rich, but then it's like he tries to go for these ego plays under his turret, and then it's like he gives him 3 free kills.
Someone said that shit was limit testing. No, he's just making a bad decision. That's not limit testing.
Why is he doing that? Like, stop going for the ego plays.
Yeah, even in the COG, not COG. Oh my god, Chasm give me fucking saying that. Oh my god, NRG, the NRG match. You saw Fudge going up against Dokla. He was winning. He was winning. The issue here is it's not really about 1v1s. If your team is losing that hard, you need to actually leave the lane and actually go and pack the game somewhere else. Because what is 1v1ing Jace going to really get you? Nothing. Contracts knew that, so he just kept going up there and
that's the thing. It was the whole team that game. They all just sat in their lane. What were they doing?
Oh, so that draft was really bad.
Yeah, and Blabber was nowhere to be seen. He was out for lunch.
Yeah. He has games like that where he just is invisible. And I was like, bro.
Yeah, I literally don't remember seeing him at all in the game.
Oh, shit.
It's like he was hiding in a bush.
Oh, my. Yeah, because if you go back and watch that game, if you go back and just look at the draft, the way they drafted that game, I was watching it live. That was just bad. That's just not how you draft. I'm sorry. If you pick me, Kennen and Vi first round, I'm not playing that shit out. We are not playing that out. I'm good. You pick me, I'm getting off the stage and I'm leaving. I'm good. Yeah. You play that shit out. You play out a Vi Kennen comp against a Jace and a Azir. and tell me how you're gonna win.
Oh, it's gonna be
Remember,
interesting.
their comp
That
was
TL matchup.
Kennen, Vi, Annie, Aphelios, Yumi. The bottom side is fine with Aphelios, Yumi. Annie against Azir, well, it depends on how you use your ults to impact the game. I would probably still kind of favor that towards maybe Azir later because of the range itself. Like, NRG's comp is Jace, Wukong, Azir, Kaisa, and Rel. They just got draft gapped. They just got mega draft gapped. But it's nice to see Cloud9 be humble this way. It's a good thing. This is something that you need to improve. Their over-aggression mistakes need to get punished more. And I hate when they're like that. I don't mind over-aggression, and so it's more like I like it to be a calculated thing, you know?
Yeah.
Or more of a setup to it. Not just I just randomly do this because I can, because I know they're not good enough to punish me. You know?
Yeah. I mean, Cloud9 has always been this org where it's like they'll keep doing it until they finally lose a game, and then they'll wake up.
The J skin? Oh yeah, that J skin. Blabber's PayPal account should be checked after this, and I'm for real.
Yeah,
Right.
I should check it with Armeo so he could win Player of the Week.
They should check fucking Vulcan's account because he's been turbo sprinting at this split. Holy shit. Lord.
It's not been his fault. Come on. You are high.
It's not his fault, but
those are the ones to
it's not his fault, but he's not making it any better. And it's not looking good on him. You come
He
to
was
the
actually
team,
the upgrade though. That's crazy. He was supposed to be the upgrade to the team. That's
and he's
crazy.
worse.
Doesn't matter.
Not him himself, but on the team now they're worse. It's like you start looking at
what can you really do as a support though when your fucking ADC jungler
Everything.
and mid are playing like shit?
You both it like
He's
how
actually
it
supposed
was.
to be like we talked about earlier. He's supposed to be actually their lead. Support's actually
He's supposed to be a leader. If it's supposed to be supporting jungle,
He can't speak Korean though. He can't speak Korean.
Speaks English.
Speaker, yeah.
A lot of them don't speak English.
Who cares? They speak Wong Ding
The
Dong.
only one that don't
matter.
really speak English is Vikla, and Vikla learned half his English from Amelie. That
Volk
means
used to play with Impact. They played on EG last year. They can play together perfectly fine. My thing here is they need Vulcan needs to develop his synergy with Spica to a point where they can exist on the map. Playing in lane with Prince is just not going to work.
Well, that's never going to happen. Bob,
Yeah.
They probably hate each other.
Oh yeah. I mean, that pretty much wraps it up for the show today. It was a crazy one, but Chaz and Sean are they ain't on this level of top G like myself. You know what I mean?
I got the girl at my house on my nuts right now. Like
she'll never choose. No, she'll be on my nuts first. You can have some seconds.
Then what? You never had it, and you never had. You'll never will have her.
Have me in her head. That's it.
While I'm inside her.
Wait a minute. Is that how it works?
Yes, she could be thinking about you while getting his dick. Be like.
Oh God. Give me 1 sec, okay?
Just thinking about how MSK fumbled the bag.
I hate you so much. All right, so looking at how dog shit the LCS has been, I mean, fuck. I don't even know. Because people talk about the low viewer counts and shit. I mean, to be fair, it'll probably it's gonna be this way. The viewer count has been literally stagnant or the same for the latter half of like 4 years. I don't know why that's still a conversation. It's going to be either a little bit worse or a little bit the same. It's not going to get better unless various things happen. LCS does well internationally. Or, yeah, that's pretty much it. Why should anyone watch the LCS over watching the LPL or the LCK? No one, realistically, why would you? Unless you just like this specifically, there's nothing wrong with that. But why would a casual watch this? We're terrible.
It's gonna get to the point where Mr. Beast makes a video saying buying every LCS finals ticket for charity because that's the only way they're gonna sell out.
Like, I'm not saying if people like this because they like it, that's fine. I'm saying I like it because I like it myself. But if a person's like, hey, why would I watch this over anything else? I mean, I can't tell you shouldn't, honestly.
Well, I mean, because you can't hear Latigris's commentary anywhere else.
Oh my God. I'm glad you brought that up before we go. Oh my God. They actually disabled the live stream chat when she's casting because she can't take criticism. I'm not even kidding. I'm not saying that's the actual confirmed reason. I'm saying that they literally disabled the live chat when she's casting.
Yeah. On YouTube, not Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
Twitch is like
the live chat on YouTube because she can't take criticism. Riot, you are dumb, virtue signaling pieces of shit. I hate you so much. Fuck.
I mean, in fairness, I mean, even the day she started casting, a lot of people, targeted her, and so I'm sure there's a lot, who do just for what, and also there's a lot of people who like, how do I say, it's like they go kind of they went kind of overboard with it, like a lot of
But
some people.
first of all,
To the point where it's just harassment. But other than those people, though, yeah, it's I mean, it's like, yeah, it's pretty just. I mean, it's Riot Games. What do you want me to say?
Yeah, she's not good. And now you know what. You know what they're doing now, where they're kind of making it where people have to choose when they want to watch games. They're putting her at their early games instead of the late games. You remember how they used to put her in the late games?
Dude, literally, if you look at the YouTube viewership, literally when she's not casting, the viewership actually goes up. Of course it does.
Oh,
and
yeah,
they put Emily Rand on was it? They put Emily Rand on
last game. Yeah.
Yup. I'd rather listen to her. I'd rather listen to her because she actually knows what the fuck she's talking about.
Yeah, she's actually good. Holy fuck.
Yeah, so is it these sexist bigot people that are commenting, or is it people going, no, she actually sucks, I don't want to hear her?
Yeah, no, it's
people like Emily.
When she
what the issue is?
It's like, to an extent, when she first started out, I could understand like maybe that, but then right after that, no, she just is not good. And also, sorry, I'll let you go for in second chance, but there was one other thing I just wanted to say. Usually she just is on like the two last or the last game of the week. And I got so pissed when she commentated like the first 2 or 3 games that day, and commentated that one that was like match of the week, and there were so many hype plays in that game, and she drowned it all of it out. Her commentary made it boring. What was supposed to be so hype, I got so pissed I just muted it. I watched the rest of the game muted.
Exactly, and then you got her with that. Plus, the thing that makes it worse is the people who actually have legit criticism about her, and they're actually using how she is as a commentator, are getting fleshed out by the people who come off as sexist. That's the issue. That's the issue too. There's actually more. There's more people that's critical of her because of how she actually talks, but then you got the people who go through the comments only looking for the sexist comments, and they highlight those. That's the issue. There might be like 10%. Yep, it's like 10% sexist comments, but they highlight those because they want 0% sexist comments.
Yeah, they want that narrative. Like it could be maybe in the chat. It could.
It's usually about 10% because
roughly, yeah.
Because usually a lot of us are saying, no, she's just not good. I'd rather listen. And then, you know the thing too, I think that got a lot of it, the comment section muted, in the chat muted. A lot of us were saying we'd rather listen to Emily Rand.
And yeah, they don't like that. They don't like saying you like the white girl more than the black girl. Oh no, we can't do that.
Like, the Hispanic girl's better looking, but Emily Rand, if the whole thing.
Is Target's black or Hispanic, or she both?
Spanish.
Are you colorblind, you motherfucker?
She's Spanish. No, there are black
girl.
There are black girls that look like her, but no, she's Spanish. It's kind of like, of course, people say, "Oh, Emily Rand's not attractive, but she's smart." It's like it's the whole thing by
people even say they would date Emily over LaTigress because she's a lot probably more easy to talk to.
You fuck LaTigress, you date Emily Rand. That is
married Emily Rand too.
Well, I don't know about that.
What do you mean?
She's a white girl. She's a white girl.
Oh,
she's a white girl. She's a coin toss. Like that's why I say you date her. That's why I say you date her. You date her, then you see if you want to marry her. But LaTigress is the one night stand you pump a dumb at the Motel 6 right near the highway. Like that's LaTigress. You don't want to listen to that. Like you don't want to if she's casting EG Cloud9, you don't want to listen to that. That don't sound good. I'd rather her the only games I want her to cast are the Dig and IMT games.
Use this. The only thing, so people have mentioned about her that what's the best way I can really put this? I think highlighting just those people and not actually listening to your core fan base, because a lot of the core fan bases basically went, no, it's just a minority of people that don't like her. That's literally not true. Because then how could you prove a majority like her? You can't prove a majority like. There's no way to prove any of this stuff. Because I'm saying it's like there's nothing to prove it.
Exactly.
But if there's enough comments there to be like, she's just not that good. I like, because people want to play the sexist card. If people like Emily Rand, they clearly wouldn't be as bad on her as you think they just hate women, though. What if they simply just don't like Latidris? That could just be an exit. Some people just don't like you, not because of your gender or your skin.
No, people
don't like you specifically.
People like her when she does the interviews because she has the bubbly personality.
Let's put that up. They like her when she does another thing that we know she's good at, but they don't like her when she does something we know she's not that good at.
Yeah, it's like why would they even do that? I don't get it. It's like she did the commentator in the Academy games. It's like, okay, and then she first started out in the LCS games because it's like they needed more casters, whoever came in for like an emergency thing and get another opportunity. Okay, that's when you stop. That's when you stop with the casting games.
Yeah,
and go back to the fucking interviews.
It's one of these things where people said she's good on hosting a desk potentially or doing the interviews. Why can't she do something that people know she's good at? Why does she have to force herself to be a caster? I mean, honestly, she
did it in other leagues well. Yeah, she did it in other leagues well, not casting. Yeah, and with the sexist thing, yeah, again, that's like it's just like what people or companies like fucking Rooster Teeth did, or it's like what it's like they point, or like what fucking like people who are like fanboys of the Last Jedi do. It's like they'll find the minority of people who are like the evilest people ever, and then they'll just like highlight them as if you don't like her, if you don't like the Last Jedi, then you're like this. It's like, what?
Yep.
I hate when Riot does that shit, because then they claim people are sexist, but people have clearly said they like the other girls. So how can I like five of the other girls and be sexist? That wouldn't even make sense, really.
Because people like Kitty, people like Lore, people like Shock, like Emily,
people like Ovely for sure.
Man, first of all, people love Ovely. Like Ovely could be doing what Ovely could be moaning. It's like, oh yeah, and it will. Oh my god, they would probably
I would lick Ovely's shitter like an apple fritter.
But like the issue is with the Tiger. And a lot of people are starting to feel like this. It feels like Riot's trying to force us to like her. It's like no. We liked her when she was the cute chick. She was the interviewer. When she, like, think about it. It's like of course let me get interviewed by the Tiger. I was like, yeah, she's cute. And then, but most of these guys are socially awkward anyway.
What about this? Even because Riot back in the day before you started playing, they're always trying to be like the NFL. Even in the NFL or the NBA or ESPN, there's people that don't like the girls. But you just don't assume that they hate the girls because they're girls, because that would be ridiculous.
Yeah.
Stupid. There's people. Literally, traditional sports casting broadcasts now have girls, or they had the one girl that maybe leads the desk, and she just does the controlling thing, like the hosting part, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, they don't take the girls out because obviously you wouldn't have like the girls cast the games, because that wouldn't really be their biggest strength for the most part. But some
know how to cast. It's like,
but it's like you just don't. If the fans are like, I don't like her, you don't just automatically go, it's because I hate women. That's it.
Yeah,
women.
And that's
There's
what
no logical reason behind that.
Every time with like them, it's like they always come to that assumption, but it's like, no, we did it before until they did dumb shit or were put in a role they're not good at. It's like literally the fucking Frost thing all over again. It's like, sure, there were when she first like showed up into like LEC stuff. It's like, sure, there were like a minority of people, because of those reasons, but for the most part, people were fine with her commentary and game knowledge and all that stuff. And no, they hated her when she then fucking like went off the fucking deep end and did all that shit.
Game commentary was actually great.
Yeah, it's a good duo with the other guy. But no, people hated her when she went off the fucking deep end.
When she started promoting that virtue signaling crap she was doing, all that's when her brain
said, oh, the LAC is so white, and then did all that. It's like, that's when people hated her, and then people are like, oh no, you always hated her. You hated her commentary. It's like, what the fuck? No. It's like, I mean, at certain points, yes, but I mean, pretty much, but it was the same with like all the LEC casters at certain points because they had like extreme biases at certain points, like at Worlds. I mean,
that's the weirdest thing about casters. People like this caster's biased. Everybody and their mother has a bias.
Yeah.
That actually shapes how much a person would be in their personality if you see their biases in general. Because that's my thing is, if a caster is not biased, then I don't know if you could ever have an unbiased caster because I don't think that even exists. I don't think that exists for a person to be generally unbiased.
Back in the day, there used to be people who only talked about the sport, and they were like NPCs in a sense. You don't become emotional because most people bias usually comes from emotion. In the back of the day, you didn't talk about anything that wasn't the topic you were talking about. If you had to talk about a team that stunk, you talked about the facts of why that team stunk. You don't be like, oh, but it's like, oh, this player was no. It's like, why did this team stink? Because you can't talk about something that is speculation. You talk about whatever was factually true. Like, you can't be like, oh, 100C sucked because Double S is their leader. No, 100C sucked because their early game mid as hell. Their mid game is suspect, and their late game, if they ever get to it, is either non-existent or they're waiting for the other team to mess up, and you go off what you see. That's how it used to be back in the day. I mean, with NFL
just
and NBA.
Check out the LCK commentators. They're super biased, the Korean ones.
Oh my god, that definitely after the whole T1 KT thing, they was like, oh no, T1 like that's why I joke T1's just playing for the playoffs. They
speaking ones, oh fuck, they're just especially internationally. Jesus Christ.
Well, guys, that's gonna pretty much wrap it up here. We'll be back again Wednesday around 4 p.m. PST to talk about the LEC.
Surprisingly, I think the LC as commentators are surprisingly the least biased. So, but I mean, the least biased of them all though is just the commentators who like commentate in other languages in different regions. Obviously,
remember, don't smile after a loss. That's just the worst thing you can do. Don't smile. Don't show emotion. Just exist.
The sign of a loser mentality.
Right? Yep. Oh Lord. All right. You guys want to say anything else before we head out? Actually,
remember to always be depressed like El Yoya, or you're not a winner.
Yeah, man. You can't be happy when playing. Period. Because you gotta be like an NPC.
Like El Yoya, or you're a loser.
Obviously I love watching League, but these recent matches for these last few weeks have been pretty.
It's just all around League. It's like the only region I actually have enjoyment watching is LPL and LEC. LCK is like you can tell within the first 15 minutes how the whole series is gonna go. It's like holy shit. These teams.
I've been enjoying watching them all, but it's like all the fucking regions have been a cluster fuck, and there's like no teams that are like definitively like first and last. It's just all completely just a cluster fuck each region. LPL is the only one where you watch and you have your like what teams you think are the best and the worst and such, and it actually comes to fruition. All the others are just clusterfuck right now.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I got to the point where man, I started watching some Brazilian league. I was like, okay, never mind.
I'm not gonna lie, their league is actually really entertaining.
It's really entertaining. But
they're so bad, but I don't care.
They're so entertaining though. Their players are great. Their commentators are great.
They know their dog shit, but they're having fun with it, and that's what really matters, honestly. And I can respect that. I can respect that wholeheartedly.
That and Latin. That's why I've always watched them.
But dude, send me the link because I was watching an English broadcast kind of for them. Send me the link for the English one you watch, okay?
I watched the Portuguese one.
Sean, none of us watching that shit. The
original Brazilian commentator one is great because the commentators are awesome.
I'm there right now. I found a way to watch the Japanese league. It's a one team race right now.
It's always that way. That's never gonna change. That's always been that way.
Like, fuck, is that should focus me again. I'm like, okay, I'm just waiting for playoffs. Some of these regions,
it was a 3-horse race last split, or even 4.
No, don't they still have Vegeta Gaming? Sorry, that's
it was a 4-horse race, but
there's more in the run-in. Actually, there's Sengoku, who has Loki, who is on JDG and Jet, and they're actually 3-0 right now. They're in first, so no, they're in the mix. And then Fennel looks actually pretty solid. You know, they have like Corporal, I believe, still, and other players like that. And then SoftBanks, so it's those top 4, and then the rest are shit.
Oh yeah, it's. Like, I'm waiting for the playoff. I'm trying to see, okay, which team going to
Well, send me the links of the streams you watched, because I want to check it out, actually.
Okay.
So I miss checking out wildcard team regions. I mean, they're bad. You go in knowing that, but it's fun. It's entertaining. Yeah, but
I mean, I don't watch the English broadcasting though.
I got to hear my native tongue because I ain't trying to hear no motherfucker rap to me.
Yeah, I mean, I do with like Vietnam and stuff like that because they have easy ones to find, but Japan doesn't really have one, so I just watch the original. And Brazil and Latin America, their commentators are great, so I watch it because of that and because I can understand at least some of it. So,
like I just go to Riot Games Japan. That's it. I just watch it from there.
Okay. All right. We'll see you guys on Wednesday, but if not, see you guys next Sunday actually to recap everything League of Legends actually, and hashtag Gen G win because they're gonna win Worlds.
Fucking hell.
Right.
JDG is going to smoke them.
JDG's probably going to win Worlds, actually.
XL's going to shock the LEC.
I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, and Bro's going to win Worlds, yeah.
Fnatic might win Worlds, too. Not this year. Not the next year.
Next year. I mean, unless COVID comes back and locks down China and Korea, that's the only way for Fnatic to win the Worlds.
We'll see you guys later. Goodbye.